Thank you.
Climate change, like no straw person.
No, I love straws.
I like the metal straw. I think the metal straw, it has its uses.
Damn, you are dripped out right now. You're rocking the all Fendi.
Well, you can't see it. It's very like undertone.
Yeah, this one's not as loud as that. Yeah, it's not. You could go way louder with a Fendi. I'm gonna just take this out of there. This doesn't fucking work. Okay. You're here. You finally arrived here. You got to come in a little bit closer.
I'm so excited. We're neighbors.
Oh damn, are we?
We're like 5 minutes away.
Don't dox me. Okay. No, I love straws. I'm a big anti paper straw advocate. I hate paper straws.
Yeah, fuck those.
Yeah, they're terrible. All right, so what do you know about our politics at all? Do you know anything about our politics?
Yeah.
About what?
Our politics.
I definitely know your politics.
Okay.
And Fifi, I don't know about yours.
How do I describe myself? I have the politics of a Jean-Luc Mélenchon, kind of. You know, I'm anti-NATO.
Oh, cool.
I don't think, we don't need to give Israel $3 billion a year. We don't need to be in all these countries. We don't need all these military bases.
Oh, love that.
You're a little isolationist. You're kind of where I'm at with that. You're probably not where I'm at with other stuff. I think we gotta nationalize the healthcare system.
I definitely rather go Hasan's way than ghetto trash liberals. I feel like I have more in common with him than like a California psycho lib.
What are my politics? I don't even know what you think my politics are.
I don't know. I just think you're like more on the progressive end, but you're a little more, what would be the word? Honest, and you won't defend the bad people in the Democrat Party. So that's why I like...
we are anti-politician here in every sense of the word. We hate all the politicians. I think they all suck.
Don't you
for
think?
Sure.
I did want to ask you this though, because like I started watching your videos. Like they're like my friend Ben turned me on to them like earlier last year, and they're like fucking like you're a truly gifted performer in a way that like most like for real like most people in politics.
I'm honored.
No, like really like you. Most people who do politics shit like
they're so boring.
So the Democrats will never like that.
They can't do that shit. They can't like they cannot get an audience to pay attention, and some people just have it. But like I am interested in what you said. Like he won't defend like the shitty liberals.
Yeah.
Don't you think though? Like okay, we're Americans, we're Westerners. We have like regardless of what we say, regardless of whether you're like I'm America first or like I'm communist. We're all kind of liberals in a way, just through our lifestyle and shit. Do you think that?
I mean, like, I understand what you're saying when you say, like, classical liberal. But classical liberal and liberalism means you love free speech, you're open to dialogue, which clearly y'all are, and I don't find that in modern liberalism.
He doesn't mean classical liberal. And also, what he's saying is, and I agree with this, everyone is the same person, okay?
Kind of, yeah.
And what I mean by that, and I think what he means by that as well, is that like there's a lot of people in the political arena that are political commentators that will say stuff like, I hate cancel culture, I hate SJWs, I hate all that sort of stuff. Why do they hate it? Oh, because they look through your old tweets and yada yada and all this bullshit, right? But then when it's being done to someone that they consider to be their ideological enemy,
they cheer it on.
They immediately are just like, yeah, fucking love cancel culture.
For sure.
Ben Shapiro is a great example of this because like this is a dude who has literally been like, we should charge fucking Kerry with like sedition for talking to like Arab people in post 9/11 America, or like if you ever said anything about Palestine, like you should be executed in a military tribunal. But then he turns around and he's like, I love free speech. Like, I'm going to do a college campus tour where I'm doing free speech. And it's fucking bullshit. Like, he does not give a shit about that at all.
Okay, yeah, no, I'm not even for canceling my ideological enemies, like, at all, whatsoever. I've never really championed that, so I'm on that page with you guys.
Everyone's just doing the same politics, but, like, from a aesthetically different point of view.
I think we all want good outcomes. We just see different ways of getting there. Correct?
The canceling thing is interesting. And I like respect that you're like, no, like fuck that. I don't like want to get someone fired for like shit that I think is over the line.
Stupid.
Yeah. I have seen a lot of like people in like the more like you know America first, like online conservative thing, be like, well, no, like that's principled and all, but we have to fuck these people up. Like that's what they're saying, which I think is like, it's more honest that they're going about it this way. That it's like, yeah, we're hypocrites, but like, who gives a shit? In the end, no one gives a shit about being a hypocrite.
Well, there is a new faction that says, yeah, we do love cancel culture and we want to cancel the other side too. And I think they're honest about it.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Yeah, like no one's everyone in America is a hypocrite. Like the experience of being an American is that you're a hypocrite, right? And
How
so
so?
It's every stated value you have, whether you're on the right or the left, you're in some ways like betraying it just by the American lifestyle. You know what I mean? Like whether you are like a true libertarian, so many facets of your life. True libertarian.
The worst people ever.
You claim to be a
Sorry,
libertarian. You claim to be a
what
libertarian, and yet you haven't even flirted with a single 14-year-old. That's fucked up. Not a real libertarian.
Like, true libertarian, there are people who like really, they're into that libertarian lifestyle. They're off the grid, but it's like, so much of what they do it's government funded.
True.
It's you know, DARPA made the internet. The CIA probably made Bitcoin. You can't get away from it.
Yeah, so they're utilizing different things.
Everyone is.
Yeah,
but we all are.
Of course.
We all are. And it's like, you know, me, I'm like, you know, fuck the American Empire. Why do we need to be in all these places? I'm benefiting from it, though, as an American.
Of course.
That's the experience of being an American, though.
We are all a part of the labor aristocracy, no matter what part of the process we're a part of. You know, that's just like something that even the average 9-to-5er or even like the fucking gig economy worker in the United States experiences when they're able to fucking get like, when they're able to go to Forever 21 and get like fast fashion shit for $5. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's still like very much a part of that. Anyway, listen,
so are we
all that stuff is boring. We were looking at Ben Shapiro frothing out the mouth about AOC. We can play some of your greatest hits real quick because I feel like there's a lot of people,
warm everyone up.
There's a lot of people in here who don't understand, okay? There's a lot of people who don't understand what's going on. Okay? You are a big Ron DeSantis fan.
Oh, don't. Oh, like I can't. Don't even bring him up.
So you said Ron DeSantis and his family belong to the White House. They are the epitome of what a president and a first family should be. So what's up? What about Ron DeSantis does it for you? Is he hot?
Let me get. No.
Because I want to do that. I want to talk to you about like who you think are the hottest conservative commentators.
Okay, we can go there in a second. Okay, what I love about Ron, I love that he goes about his business, I think, in a smart way. I love how he implements policy. He doesn't just run his mouth. He does things. And, you know, I love a loudmouth, clearly, but I think his way of doing it, where he just responds to people who back him into a corner, I think is really effective. And I think he's really good at attracting people who may not share all of his political beliefs.
Do you think he's better than Donald Trump? Is Donald Trump washed? Be honest.
What do you mean?
Like, because like, look, we love how swagged out Donald Trump is. Okay, we're big Trump supporters.
Yeah,
we love Donald Trump.
I saw that MAGA hat when I came in. I was stripping.
Big fan. But I don't know. I feel like Ron DeSantis is like more anti-vax than Donald Trump, and like, you know, has Donald Trump peaked? Is Ron DeSantis going to defeat Donald Trump in 2024? Mr.
Trump hasn't announced if he's running or not.
Okay, but like he's fucking doing.
He hasn't announced. He loves just the getting everybody going. So he hasn't announced that yet. But I think if Ron took the stage, he would do really well. Let's just say that.
He's got enough swag. You think he could like pull off what Trump is pulling off? Is that what you're saying?
Well, I think he can totally push forward the MAGA movement, and I don't think it's just MAGA. I think he's attractive to people on the other side who think this current administration's doing a terrible job.
Did you watch his Arizona rally?
I didn't. I missed it.
Oh my God, you're a fake fan, dude.
No,
get out of here.
You literally voted for Trump if you're watching the Arizona rally.
I did not.
You
but
have been
I
upset. Do you want to date him? Like everybody wants to date AOC.
Yes, I want to date Donald Trump. Thank
I'll introduce you.
He has. I think he has one of the most powerful pussies out of any president of all time. What is that? What? I can't believe it. That's too much for you to hear.
Everyone saw him when he was like getting out.
I'm a conservative, Hasan. I'm like very.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like proper.
Look at this.
Yeah, Yeah, dude, when he was getting on the helicopter.
No, this one's the best, but the helicopter one's incredible too. But like,
how did you like? Do you like go to sleep looking at this? Do you do this before you go to bed?
Yeah, before I go to sleep, I need to jerk off. This is what gets me going. Nothing else.
I've never seen this picture before.
You've never seen this?
No, you never saw this.
How are you a Trump supporter without seeing this?
Because I don't have an obsession with him like your side. I just liked his policy and I liked his tweets.
But if you're on Twitter, like all the libs, every time he'd say something, libs would like post his picture at him. I've seen this picture probably 1,000 times.
I've genuinely never seen that.
The helicopter one's pretty good.
Helicopter one, you really see how he's.
Oh shit, Brandon is live, dude.
Okay. Oh yeah, okay. Brandon,
we gotta watch this. We gotta watch this. Yeah, it's Brandon.
He's off the Vyvanse. Look at him. His eyes are like mostly open.
It's not good.
It's illegal in this country. You know those
what's
bills
Brandon
you
talking
get
about
that
now?
You don't expect if they're $2,000 to $5,000 from the hospital beyond what you thought you were going to have to owe because of the consultation you weren't told was going to cost that much.
Audio is so terrible.
No more. They're now illegal. Thanks to the American Rescue Plan and other actions we've taken, we've seen record job creation, record economic growth in the past year.
He's on the good Vyvanse.
Now, thanks to the bipartisan infrastructure bill, we're about to make a record investment in rebuilding America to take us to be the number one best infrastructure in the world.
Oh, the Build Back Brandon is done. He's just pumping up the bipartisan.
We'll be creating better
now.
jobs for millions of people, modernizing our roads, our bridges, our highways, our ports, our airports.
Are you anti-infrastructure
everything
spending?
from
because it's like
making
20%
clean water,
infrastructure
removing lead
and 80%
pipes,
bullshit.
that every American
We'll
can turn on a faucet and drink clean water. Urban and rural and suburban communities. It's going to make affordable high-speed internet available to every American.
No shot.
In urban, rural, and suburban areas. We've never done that before. Now we are. We're in the process of getting that
done.
Like
$250 billion
still,
tax breaks
for all this progress,
like 1980s.
I know there's a lot
it
of
will be the
frustration
96 Telecom
and
Act all
fatigue
over
in this
again.
country. And we know why. COVID-19, Omicron has now been challenging us in a way that it's the new enemy. But while it's cause for concern, it's not cause for panic. We've been doing everything we can,
he can't
learning
fix it,
and adapting
so
as fast as we
like
can,
it's no big deal
and preparing for a future beyond the
giving
pandemic.
up on COVID.
All I know that after almost 2 years of physical, emotional, and psychological weight of this pandemic,
Omicron is like natural immunity
impacted
spreading
sanity.
everywhere. I want someone to come
For many
spit
of
in my
us,
mouth with Omicron.
it's been too much to
So
bear.
I can
got
get
it?
it over with.
We're in a
No,
very
I haven't
different
got it.
place
I'm
now.
waiting to get it.
We have
Are you
to
not
treat it.
vaccinated?
Huh?
Vaccines.
You're vaccinated?
Oh, do you have AIDS, Hasan?
Yes.
My health information's
Save
private.
lives.
You don't.
Oh, that's what they say.
No idea.
God.
It's
Yo,
private.
that's what people say when they're vaccinated and don't want to admit it, which is fine. It's fine. It's
No,
cool.
it's
okay.
private.
Oh, no,
Okay.
totally.
I'm not
Alright.
gonna check. I'm not
Yo,
gonna check your
okay.
health status.
my man pulled a HIPAA violation like
Damn,
fucking
HIPAA.
Marjorie Taylor Greene over
Adding
here.
about 9 million more vaccinations each week. We're going to stick with our vaccination efforts because vaccinations work. So get vaccinated, please, and get your booster. Look, we're also increasing testing. Should we have done more testing earlier? Yes, but we're doing more now. We've gone from 0 at-home tests a year ago to 375 million tests on the market in just this month. If you
Remember
buy
when
a
he
test
said
at
it
the
couldn't be
store,
done,
your insurance
and they
will
laughed
reimburse
about
you.
it, and then they were like,
On
just
top of
kidding,
that,
we're gonna do it.
We're making
But
1
even then, it's
billion,
like, it's
1
too late
billion
now.
at-home tests available for
It was
you
a
to
lonely
order
time for me.
and be
I'm part of the
delivered to your home
pro-vaccine,
for
no
free.
testing movement.
Just visit
Everyone
covidtest.gov.
should get vaccinated,
to
but
know
no
how
one
to
should
get
get
Yeah, fuck
tested.
that.
free
So were y'all sad
test
about the
kit to your
OSHA
home.
mandate? Not
In
going
addition,
through, or were you
there are
indifferent?
At this
20,000
point, I don't give a
sites
shit.
don't
where you
care.
can get tested
I wish-
in person for
I was
free
like, when the
now.
vaccine started, I was hoping
And now,
that, like, I was
We
like,
have
yeah,
more
there are gonna be
treatments
who
that
don't get
people
it,
can.
but I feel like everyone's
for
on the
people
same
to keep
page
people out of the
here.
hospital.
Right.
It's like we're sick
And
of this
any-
shit. I was really hopeful that people would get it.
This is very
Yeah.
boring. That's why I muted it
He's
while
like
you guys
the
are
worst.
talking.
Of these
Yeah.
new Pfizer pills.
He's not.
More than any
is,
country
He doesn't
in the
know what
world.
he's doing.
No, when he is at its best, it's like when they just let him out of the fucking cryo chamber and they just like roll him out, and then he just does what we call the Mac attack, okay, where he's just like fucking
when he called that guy fat.
Yeah,
like that was shit. That's
or like
shit.
challenging Donald Trump to a push-up competition, or like how he's gonna beat him out.
Yeah,
that stuff is awesome.
Yeah.
Like we want more of that, but like they won't let him do it because he has like fucking loser Dem consultants that are like, please sir, don't do that. You'll actually become popular. You know, it's fucking bullshit.
Well, people liked it when he did that shit. That's the only reason he could hold on while everyone was beating him in every state. Yeah, that's the only reason he held.
Well, that and also like $7 gazillion of earned media coverage about how incredible he is.
School districts have spent this money very well.
I mean, that was after.
Unfortunately, some haven't.
I mean, he is the media president. Like, think about it this way: he's the media president in every way because, like, what happened after he followed Supreme Leader Donald Trump's incredible Afghanistan pullout plan, which no one else could have done. Okay, after he followed that to a T, the media, the war hawks in the media, immediately were like, "Fuck you." They said, "Let's go, Brandon," as well, and then his popularity plummeted. Why? Because the media has the capacity to build him, and they have the capacity to destroy him because he's nothing without the MSNBC, CNN, mainstream media like propping him up as like a good leader.
So are you admitting that Trump kind of surpassed needing the media to?
We're not there yet.
I mean, Trump has his own media.
He had his own system.
Now, the second challenge we're facing are prices. COVID-19 has created a lot of economic complications.
Yeah, that's one thing you cannot deny about man.
Rapid price increases across
the world. He could create a storyline that he was the hero of, like to his people. Biden can't really like rile up his guys like that.
Because who are his guys?
Making sure that
his guys are people that voted for him because they just didn't want Donald Trump to be president.
The Federal
I'm
Reserve,
glad you admit that.
which has a dual mandate.
Oh, that's what he ran
full
on.
employment and stable prices. The Federal Reserve provided extraordinary support during the crisis for the previous year and a half. Given the strength of our economy and the pace of recent price increases, it's appropriate, as the federal Chairman Powell, the Fed Chairman Powell has indicated, to recalibrate the support that is now necessary. I respect the Fed's independence, and I've nominated 5 superb individuals to serve on the Federal Board of Governors, men and women from a variety of ideological perspectives. They're eminently qualified, historically diverse, and have earned bipartisan praise. And I call on the United States Senate to confirm them without any further delay. And here at the White House, and for my friends in Congress, the best thing to tackle high prices
Your side aren't addressing anything your guests are saying. The fuck is this Joe Rogan bullshit?
With greater capacity.
People are mad at me that I'm not like dunking on you or debating you.
And a growing economy.
We'll get there.
Have more choices and more small businesses.
We're about to argue about the Volcker
more goods can
and
get to market faster and
This is a debate about Paul Volcker.
I've laid out a 3-part plan to do just that. First, fix the supply chain.
Joe is like
COVID-19 has had a global impact on the economy.
Fix the supply chain.
I wish he could fuck up more. I wish he would fuck up more and be way more energetic.
You notice that like he's on different drug cocktails when you see him. Like that is one thing I believe that it's like when he debated Bernie, they put him on like an upper.
A couple of months ago,
and that's why it was
this
so
very
normal.
room we heard dire warnings.
The best kind of drugs.
Other times it's like they're probably giving him like a speedball.
So we
here, this is like
we brought together business and labor,
drug,
and that much predicted crisis did not occur.
Yeah, he's on like narcolepsy medication.
Delivered on time, and shelves were stocked.
We're all depressed about Bernie.
Notwithstanding the recent storms that have impacted many parts of our country.
It was terrible. No two ways about it.
The share
I
of
preferred
goods
Bernie before
in
he was
stock at stores is 89%
some
now.
people say he never was,
which is barely changed from the 91%.
Well, he sold out. He used to be anti-immigration. That's a Koch brothers idea. Did he not?
That's why you like Bernie, because it was anti-immigration.
Fuck yeah!
It's like he has like a sea of incredible ideas, and you were like, that's the one reason.
He said it before he sold out to the Democrat Party. It's his word.
He wasn't anti-immigration. He was like the way that like
he said we were bringing in way too many people.
Right, where it's
so
like
great.
Where it's like like do you think that like George Soros or whoever like they support this out of the goodness of their heart, or is it like Brexit where people in London want to pay a Polish guy nothing to fix their toilet?
Oh wow, U.S. is letting teens drive big rigs in test program to help ease supply chain shortage.
Go,
That's fucking awesome. Let's go, Brandon. That's dope. That's pretty cool. They should let teens drive big rigs.
Yeah, some teens are ready, some are not.
Like if they're large enough, I think.
Yeah.
You know, because what else are they doing? These teenagers, get them. I think child labor is great. We should get back to that.
We do let 19-year-olds like point a fucking laser pointer and make planes fly over it and just drop hundreds of millions of dollars on people.
It's true, but
why not a big grid? Why not?
That today,
I just don't see an argument. If you're gonna do one, do the other.
Well, I think one is because like it's much easier. It's a direct. It's like applicable skill from like video games. Whereas, like, you know, big rig trucking simulators are not as popular.
Right.
So I think, like, you know how America's Army came out to, like, you know, improve military recruitment numbers?
Yeah.
Like a mil sim. They should do that, but for big rig trucking before they test out this program. But they didn't, which is fine. You know, but, you know, we'll get there.
Nobel Prize winners for economics say it will ease long-term inflationary pressure. The bottom line. If price increases are what you're worried about, the best answer is my Build Back Better plan. Third thing we're going to do, promote competition. Look, in too many industries, a handful of giant companies dominate the market in sectors like meat processing, railroad, shipping, and other
This is my favorite type of Democrat speech.
This isn't a new issue.
Because it's like, we see the problems. It's like them saying, like, we understand the science over and over again, and then following up with, like, but we're going to do nothing about it.
But over time, it has reduced competition,
policy that he's gonna have like a
squeezed out small businesses and farmers, ranchers, and increased the price for consumers.
No, I mean,
we end up with an industry like the meat processing industry, where four big companies dominate the markets. Pay ranchers less for their cattle they grow, charge consumers more for beef, hamburger meat, whatever they're buying. Prices are up. Look, I'm a capitalist. But capitalism without competition is not capitalism. It's exploitation. I signed an executive order.
This is the funny new, like Joe Biden is a social democrat.
Yeah. Along with working with Congress where we can.
Like the guy who literally made a living, well, not even a good living, but just made a living fucking deregulating banks when he was in the Senate, is now like, you know, that's what we got to do, Jack. We got to improve competition. Like, we got to keep that alive.
Well,
exploitation.
He didn't.
I read Piketty.
He read Piketty. He's the new Michael Harrington.
Where America wins the 21st
Michael Harrington, also pro-Israel.
By creating jobs at a record pace.
That's the thing. Biden never made a lot of money while he was in the Senate. He only
we have
after
developed
he was vice president.
Extraordinarily effective booster shots
like,
and antiviral pills.
This shit.
Now I need to finish the job to get COVID-19 under control.
Yeah, that's the fucking craziest thing. Like, he didn't
never
even
been
get the bag.
Good bet
what
to
a
bet
bitch.
against the American people
like,
or America.
You have like Joe Manchin, who's just fucking caked up.
Drives a Maserati. That's
killing it.
But the Maserati is like, I will take an anti-Maserati stance here. They're like 80 grand. You know what I mean? Like, if you're making like $5 million a year from your fucking brother's like coal mine, okay, that while sitting on the fucking energy committee, like, you should drive a G-Wagon.
Office.
Like, what the fuck? You should drive something that a rapper would drive. Okay, you should not be driving a fucking Maserati, which is like what you drive if you're a fucking CPA and you're not caked enough to get like a 100K car, so you got like an 80K car.
COVID-19 is still taking the lives of 1,500 Americans every day.
Mark Warner has like $500 million.
And the nation's divisions are just as raw as they were a year ago. Did you overpromise to the American public what you could achieve in your first year in office? And how do you plan to course correct going forward?
Why are you such an optimist? Look,
no one even cares.
I didn't overpromise. But I have probably
so rich.
outperformed what anybody thought would happen.
Like $500 million.
The fact of the matter is that we're in a situation where we have made enormous progress. You mentioned the number of deaths from COVID. Well, it was 3 times that not long ago.
Wait a minute.
It's coming down. Everything's changing.
Go to upper left-hand corner.
It's getting better. Look, I didn't overpromise, but I think if you take a look at what we've been able to do, you'd have to acknowledge we made enormous progress. But one of the things that I think is something that
he made enormous progress. There were more deaths last year.
Is get my Republican friends to get in the game of making things better in this country. For example, I was reading the other day, and I wrote the quote down so I don't misquote him. A quote from Senator Sununu when he decided that he wasn't going, Governor Sununu, when he decided he wasn't going to run for the Senate in New Hampshire. Here's what he said. They were all, for the most quote, they were all, for the most part, content with the speed at which they weren't doing anything.
Oh, wait, hold on, zoom out.
It was very clear that we just had to hold the line for 2 years.
Chat, what do you think Mark Warner's driving?
So I'm just going to be a roadblock for the next 2 years? That's not what I do, Sununu said. He went on to say it bothered me that they were okay with that. Then he goes on to say, I said, okay, so we're not going to get stuff done if we win the White House back.
He should be in a Maybach,
if we win the White House
back. $500 million.
Why didn't we do anything in 2017 and 2018? And then he said, how the Republican Sununu spoke to answer the challenge? He said, crickets, yeah, crickets. They had no answer.
I'm so
I
bored.
did not
I know this sucks.
This is killing me faster than
make
COVID.
sure
They need to give him like a live crowd.
Thing was
they need to give him a
that
crowd
President
that, like,
Biden didn't get anything done.
Them back. That's where the magic
What are
is.
Republicans for? What are they for? Name me one thing they're for. And so the problem here is that I think what I have to do in the change in tactic, if you will, I have to make clear to the American people what we are for. We've passed a lot. We passed a lot of things that people don't even understand what's all that's in it, understandably. Remember when we passed the Affordable Care Act?
He's doing the thing again.
And everybody thought that
he's doing the we're the adults in the room thing, where it's like, dude, it's the dumbest fucking thing you could do. Oh, remember when we passed the Affordable Care Act? Oh, sick, dude. Well, you didn't do that.
I went into I wasn't in office.
That was
a whole
fucking
bunch of districts campaigning for Democrats.
Like he's talking about shit from the fucking Obama administration.
Healthcare, with Obamacare.
What the fuck?
And I started pointing out that if you did that, pre-existing conditions would no longer be covered. And they said, huh?
This is Drake.
So do y'all want like 4 more years of this in 2024? What do you want?
We won over 38 seats.
I think we got to split the whole thing up.
I want a Liz Cheney ticket. I love Liz Cheney.
I want Liz Cheney. Warmonger? You're a warmonger,
I want Liz Cheney to be the girl boss, slay queen that America deserves. Okay, I want a unity ticket. AOC Liz Cheney 2020. 2024.
Why won't Trump actually put her in prison?
We don't have time to take a picture.
He won't put Liz Cheney in prison.
Yeah,
that's put anyone in prison. He doesn't fire
back.
He's a pussy. He's a pussy. There you go.
He's kind of afraid of confrontation.
Say it.
You have to admit that.
He's too much of
a. He's afraid of confrontation.
All he's got is Twitter fingers, and now his Twitter fingers are taken as well. So now he's got nothing.
Well, Truth Social comes out next month. Are you going to be on it, Hassan?
Probably not.
Wait, don't you guys have 5 things like that?
God, no.
Rumble, Getter,
Rumble, Getter.
Stop. I believe in being on the normal shit.
No, because you have to own the libs, okay? Everybody likes owning the libs.
Exactly. You got to be on.
Because liberals froth out of the mouth when they and it's really funny. And you can't own the libs because no one's going on the fucking pedophile Nazi website. The only liberals on fucking Getter are gonna be FBI agents that are like, hey, you should get some Tenorite to kill fucking politicians, right? That's cool. And so there's no liberals on there to own. So everybody wants to be on Twitter.
You're right.
Prescription drugs. That's making sure you have access to all the things that everybody else has. We can afford to do that. We can't afford not to do it. So I tell my Republican friends, here I come. This is going to be about what are you for? What are you for? And I'll lay out what we're for. Mary Bruce, ABC.
Thank you, Mr. President. You mentioned your Republican colleagues, but right now your top 2 legislative priorities, your social spending package and voting rights legislation, are stalled, blocked by your own party after months of negotiation. You are only guaranteed control of Washington for 1 more year before the midterms. Do you need to be more realistic and scale down these priorities?
Okay, I have two strategies. One, the whips actually get a whip. Yeah. And then I am the one who's doing it. They need to give it to me. I get to actually whip someone if they're not, in order to whip the votes. Yeah. And then the second one is what I call the gauntlet. So what I think is if there's a politician and there's constant polling done, right? And the polling isn't fucking lame landline polling or whatever the fuck we do, but actual polling. Where every citizen is 1 or 0. Do they like the politician or do they not like the politician? So if your approval rating dips below a certain percentage, okay, and you are, saying like, oh, I'm going to not let filibuster reform happen because it's too divisive or whatever the fuck, then one of your constituents, like the biggest one, gets to throw the gauntlet and beat the shit out of you in the floor of the Senate.
I'm for it.
That's
totally
filibuster reform, because it's like, and then you could do it pay-per-view, you could do it on C-SPAN, everybody would watch it. It is direct action. It is, it gets people excited to be involved personally, and it's simultaneously like a fitness program where like everyone will work out and cycle Anavar and do all the good steroids to be able to be the biggest person. To be the biggest person in their state, to be able to beat the shit out of Joe Manchin in the floor of the Senate. I think it's a great idea.
It is the only thing that like everyone universally wants, which is just like everyone in the Senate to be in pain.
Yeah,
they do have it coming.
That's true.
Everyone's got it coming.
Anything that
and then you can do that for like Dan Crenshaw, right? Like, I mean, he's a Navy SEAL or whatever.
Him.
But like, think about like,
why do you hate Dan Crenshaw?
Warmonger.
Wow. Okay.
Fuck him.
By the way, you like Donald Trump though.
Donald Trump did.
Just shut up, Hasan.
But like Donald Trump.
He moved the embassy. He let them move the embassy. He did that shit.
That was huge. That was a terrible.
It was
move.
monumental, right?
He killed Soleimani. That was their guy. That was their guy.
He killed the one like signature Obama administration accomplishment that was like actually fucking decent from a foreign policy perspective, which was like the denuclearization agreement. Not that I give a shit. Like, I think Felix and I agree. Like, let Iran have nukes. I don't care. 100%, 100,000%. It's obvious. Like, since we're living in a post-Gaddafi universe where like they will literally say you have a nuclear program, even if you don't have a nuke. And then they'll say, okay, you gave up the nukes, and then they'll kill you. So like, it's just that's the principle of the Second Amendment, right? A well-armed society is a polite society. Right. If everybody has nukes, nobody
has nukes.
Then exactly. Why can't some countries participate in the mutually assured self-destruction nuclear holocaust strategy?
Israel's nukes.
Yeah. A lot of them. Lots of them as well.
Praise the Lord? You do not think that. I don't believe, Christian, I don't believe that you like give a shit. I don't believe that you are like, yeah, we gotta make more settlements.
No,
you don't give a shit.
You do not have the politics of an evangelical.
I'm very tight with
Texas.
The evangelicals. But if you want to talk about Dan Crenshaw, so one thing that pisses me off about him, even Hasan goes, oh well, he was a SEAL, whatever. Love him for that. I don't like uplifting people who have some sort of victimhood, and then we can't criticize them because they were Navy SEAL. And y'all do that with Greta fucking Thunberg. We can't criticize climate change or anything, or you're going after the autistic girl.
People yelled at me for calling her an industry plant. So
she's an industry plant. That's a good one.
She is. I don't have anything against it. It's not her fault. It's her mom.
Well,
mom's bad.
fault.
Yeah,
It's
not her fault.
Nobody cares about Greta Thunberg. Let's be real. One way or the other. I think it's like you're a fucking weirdo if you're like extremely angry about Greta Thunberg. You know what I mean? It's like
true.
Wait, who's this? Let's see.
If this isn't passed, do you still believe the upcoming election will be fairly conducted and its results will be legitimate?
I don't know anything about her, but
you mean she's pretty?
Well, it all depends on
all reporters are beautiful, in my opinion.
Whether or not we're able to.
That was a weird one from you.
That was American people. That some of this is.
I'm telling you,
you can't tell though. Her mask is
alter
big.
The outcome of the election. And it's one thing, look, maybe I'm just being too much of an optimist. Remember how we thought not that many people were going to show up to vote in the middle of a pandemic? We had the highest voter turnout in the history of the United States of America. Well, I think if, in fact, no matter how hard they make it for minorities to vote, I think you're going to see them willing to stand in line.
You're not for the voting
and
rights.
Defy
voting rights. Oh, you mean having an ID to vote? Yeah.
No. But like, you say that, but the HR one quite literally has that. So the voting rights legislation that Democrats are currently trying to pass that will never pass because of the filibuster.
Praise the Lord.
But that actually has voter ID in it, like that.
But I also don't like mail-in voting, so
why not?
Why not?
So you can just send a bucket of votes to an apartment.
How do you think Donald Trump votes?
Okay.
He does mail it in.
He literally mails it in.
He doesn't like going.
How do you think the state of Florida?
No, absentee is a lot different than mail-in.
In what way is it different?
Wait, why?
Because it's not being. I mean, it's for people who are specifically out of the state. It's not just being mailed to random apartments, bucket loads of votes.
No, there's universal mail-in ballot registration in numerous states, though. Republican states as well. I think Utah is one of them, is it not? And Florida is another one if you want it as well.
You mean they have like what do you mean?
Or Oregon. Plenty of states in the United States of America have what is basically mail-in ballot registration that everybody gets.
Oh, I don't care if it's Republican or Democrat. I want us all going to the polls to vote. End of discussion. Red state, blue state. Make it a national holiday so nobody has to go to work. We just all go vote on one day.
Okay, what you're describing is literally the Democrat buildup.
But no mail-in bullshit. But they're all... So, no, it's not...
Everybody votes by mail in a lot of states.
Christian,
I don't care.
There was like way more election fraud when it was like that. It was like Tammany Hall like stole all those fucking elections, and it was in person. Everyone was going in. They still stole everything. Chicago, we used to do the same shit. It's all in person. You can, if you really want to steal an election, you're doing it however.
But it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen by voter fraud, which is what Republicans claim it is how it's done. Because in order to activate people to be able to go out and commit voter fraud, like nobody gives a shit. No one is going to be like, oh yeah, I'm going to go do voter fraud. What does happen is election fraud, in which like people will collect ballots and toss them out or whatever the fuck. That does happen. But this idea that like people are getting like illegally, people are getting excited to go and vote illegally for like a fucking Democrat. That's not real. The plurality in this country of voter eligible voters don't even vote. So if anything, we have too little people voting and not more people voting.
So why are you so married to mail-in then? If we can make it a national holiday,
to make it easier for working class individuals to be able to vote.
Well, let's make it a week-long national holiday.
But like, there are no real national holidays in America because someone's always driving for Grubhub. Someone's always like cleaning the fucking shelves at CVS.
Yeah.
It's the invisible people of America who never get a day off.
Then they're way too tired to go home and fill it out and send it in.
You
just stop in, put your vote in, and
think about it this way.
Well on your way.
Think about it this way. First of all, we don't have public transportation in most places. So that's one way that you're already eliminating so many people from being able to go out and vote. So there's that. We don't have, we have rural areas in this country where, poor people are living, hundreds of miles away from the fucking nearest polling station or whatever. And because of that, we already have this process in place. I don't have an issue with mail-in voting. Like, I don't have a problem with that at all. I think it's smart. It's effective. That's how Donald Trump got the most amount of votes. Think about that. Donald Trump got more votes than he did the prior year or the prior election season, and more votes than any Republican's ever gotten because, more people were able to vote for him. So I think it's just honest to allow people to be able to go out and vote.
Yeah.
Okay, well, y'all stick with your ghetto mail-in. I still want to show up in person.
I did not vote since the New York primaries.
You haven't voted?
I voted for burning the New York primaries even after the war was...
So you didn't vote for Bat? You were like, fuck it.
No, I live in New York. Who gives a fuck?
Oh my gosh,
even if I lived in
I'm a big Let's Go Brandon head. I voted illegally for Joe Biden multiple times. Yeah, I did voter fraud. I'm the only one who did voter fraud in the country.
You're the reason he won California.
Yeah, you are.
I illegally. Yeah, everywhere you go, everyone's a Republican secretly or openly. But
you
Joe Biden keeps winning because I keep doing mail-in ballots. I keep going to nursing homes, stealing their ballots, opening them, and then filling it out for Joe Biden.
You registered extra people to your house.
Yeah, exactly. That's precisely what I did. That's how we won.
I was doing all the votes for all the people Cuomo killed, getting all that shit.
Hell yeah. So, we'll do this in a second.
Okay,
hottest political commentator tier list.
Oh my god, that's our option. Okay, we got my homie Brace here.
Yeah,
I know him. We have to put him on S.
Okay. We won't do that yet. We won't do that yet. We're on to something here. We're on to something here. We're talking about Brandon is really boring.
He sucks.
Damn, 46,000 people are watching him though.
I know that's big for him.
Dude, he should run an ad right now.
That makes about 45%.
Oh shit! Speaking of ads, I gotta run one right now.
See that as a one-way
Fuck,
street.
good call. Top of the hour,
They
middle
go
of the
ahead and
hour,
cut
whatever.
it off.
60-second
It's
ad
like-
break coming to you right now. If you no longer want to see those ads, all you need to do is subscribe, folks. Here's the 1 minute ad break now. Contractual obligation from Jeff Bezos. Okay, here it is. Good call, Felix.
I'm sorry to all non-subscribers. I do apologize.
Yeah.
For whatever it means.
Okay. Let's
The
continue.
fact is going on and how outrageous Russia is being. We're finding
Oh,
ourselves
he's talking
in a
about Russia,
position
the most
where
important.
I believe
news
we'll
story.
see that there'll be
We
severe
need to
economic
finally
consequences.
invade Russia.
For example,
I think.
But that's the thing.
anything
That's
that
what's
involve
gonna
dollar
happen.
denominations,
Tons
if
of
they
sanctions
make
against Russia.
if they invade,
Did do that.
Yeah, he wasn't even riding with fucking Vladimir Putin. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
What's up with that?
I literally think Russia is such a non-issue, and your side is so obsessed with it.
I'm not.
No.
Well, maybe it's not your side. That side. That
Yeah.
side.
Yeah, who cares?
Yeah,
They
that
suck.
side.
We
I
already
just-
know. But what we're trying to say is that, like, the Trump train, if you will, took off at the same fucking station that the Democrats took off in as well. It's just the aesthetic differences. Like, there's a reason why this administration currently, first of all, has deported more immigrants than the prior one. Did you know that? Did you know that the Biden administration has deported more undocumented
Oh, is
immigrants?
it back to okay? Because that was the rumor with Obama. Meanwhile, the deportation definition under Obama was turned away at the border. That's not my definition of deportation.
No,
I
but-
mean in the country and is deported back.
Well, that's like Plan B versus abortion, right? It's like you're still accomplishing the same goal.
No, turning away someone at the border is not a deportation. Give me a break.
But that's what Donald Trump did as well.
Oh, I know.
That's what.
Oh,
that's,
I know.
That's what
I
Donald
wasn't
Trump did. That's why.
defending-
But even with that definition, Donald Trump still deported less than Obama, and Donald Trump still deported less than Biden so far. That's one thing. And the second thing I will say is, you think like, I'm assuming you think, the Mac attack is like a big open borders socialist, left of Lenin type guy, right? I assume that's what most Republicans think. I think they think he's like
The
for open
Biden type.
borders.
I know he's not as much as
They're using the same exact Title 42 provision right now to expel Haitian migrants from seeking asylum in any of the fucking border facilities. So
And didn't he put
that's the
back
same
in
exact thing that they're
maybe?
using that was the Trump administration provision. So they're quite literally using the same facilities, the same exact laws, and also deporting more people than the Trump administration did. So there's that.
I mean, every American president does the same thing with immigration.
And they're defending it. And they're defending it in courts too. There's like activist judges that want to strike it down. And the Biden prosecutors are fighting against that. The Biden administration lawyers are currently in the process of fighting to uphold Title 42, which is a Trump-era CDC provision.
Like, every president does the same thing with immigration, right?
I
Like,
know I'm
yeah.
against it.
Right, because it's like, well, like, do you agree that it's like, okay, we create these conditions in all these fucking countries. Like Haiti, perfect example. He's killed, like, their president, we kill him with U.S. agents. There's fucking decades and decades of us fucking with that place, of the West fucking with that place, of France fucking with that place for centuries. Guatemala, everywhere. Our fucking fingers in the pie. We're fucking it up for somebody. They have to go. They don't. It's not that they want to go here to take something from them, but we're fucking up their home. For the system we have, right? Whether you're a liberal who wants their bathroom cleaned, like somewhere in LA, or you're a fucking conservative who has like a chicken processing plant, you need this like
Low wage.
Yeah, you need this like spigot of low wage workers. And the president is always aware of that. But they're like, okay, well, we can't have too many or else like people are going to get mad at me. So we have to have just the right amount of brutality to keep the right amount of people in. Biden does it. Obama does it. Trump. Trump shook hands with people he knew were like getting low wage workers from places that we fucked up.
And here's the part about it that is like absolutely correct is that two-tier immigration system that we currently have, because we know people are going to want to come in here because we fucked up their country in an irreparable fashion. That system does not need to exist. We could absolutely completely have a legal process where we actually allow every single person that wants to come in to go through the proper steps to be able to get the appropriate documentation. That's more jobs, that's more opportunities. But the reason why we don't do that, and the reason why we have a two-tier system, is exactly what Felix just said. It's not the undocumented immigration that is a problem. It's the fact that we refuse to document immigrants that are coming over the border so that Purdue chicken factories can just fucking, rape their workers, and refuse to pay them the proper wages that they actually deserve. And the moment that like the Guatemalan aunt says, hold up, there's a lot of back wages that we need to get paid, they literally call ICE on themselves because they know that they're only going to get a slap on the fucking wrist and then immediately go and hire more undocumented workers to take the place of the people that they fucking expelled from the country.
Well, two things. I'd rather help people in their countries than bring them here than load our country with more low-wage workers that drive wages down for other low-wage workers. I'm in favor of our current low-wage workers getting a raise. You're bringing in more low-wage workers, it's driving wages down. So, I understand your point of, fucking them up there. I'd rather help them there than import them here.
Okay,
so you're in favor of just like you're with us where it's like, all right, CIA, like stop fucking with these places.
Absolutely.
All right.
I mean,
they can't fuck with those places anymore anyway. They got imposter syndrome.
Yeah, that's right. They're too anxious.
They're too anxious. They're breathing in the bags.
Said I'm a 29-year-old millennial with anxiety.
Imagine not being able to do a coup in fucking Venezuela, bro. Come on.
They did. America is still very powerful, still capable of a lot of evil. I will say, Bush would have been able to knock over Maduro.
Oh, yeah.
Back then, we've lost a lot. We took a lot of L's.
Oh, yeah. So, here's the thing. The real problem with undocumented labor is the two-tiered immigration system that we have created on purpose so that business owners, whether they're fucking liberals or Republicans, can get away with, like, slave wages, right? And that does have a capacity to depress wages overall. The other way that we depress wages overall is by destroying unions.
Hasan.
What?
You're anti-union?
Why are you
Just say what you were gonna say.
No. I want to hear why you're anti-union, but like.
No, I just want to hear your point first.
Okay, so unions historically and still to this day, and there's like fucking shitty unions, whatever. It doesn't matter. There's like corruption within unions as well, but who cares? Unions have the capacity to increase wages even for non-unionized workers by 10%, no matter what, across the fucking board. And they do. They increase benefits, they increase wages, they offer, it's the least important, most important thing you can do in your workplace because it's the starting point. It's just what's fair. That if you are a worker that is generating value for your bosses, you should be able to at least say, hey, can we take a piece of these fucking profits and, pay ourselves more, or at the very least get like a day off when we want to, or be able to fill in.
Or you can find another job.
But you can't, because that is an absolute lie. The idea that like you can just leave your job and then go get another one is a total lie. Why?
How'd you get that first job to begin with?
Because your healthcare is tied to your job, right? Your healthcare is completely tied to your job. We do not have universal health care. You're saddled with debt because you went to college, so you could improve
Thank God,
your...
don't go to college anymore.
Okay,
I agree. I'm in the anti-college movement.
Well, then you shouldn't have gone and gotten that student loan.
Okay, but people have done.
I do not think their lives should be ruined for the student loan. I'm just against college as a concept.
Dumb.
I like college. I think it's a fun experience. People should do it.
Vacation for 4 years.
Yeah, that's fine.
Everyone
deserves a vacation for 4 years where they're like kind of treated as an adult.
But then don't ask me to pay for, or don't ask that loan to be forgiven when you chose to go. When you could have just started working.
I think it should be. I think because other countries offer it for free, and also technically it doesn't have to be a college either. It could be a technical school.
We can have the discussion about making it free, even though I'll never be on that train. But we can at least have the discussion when we're not bringing in more people.
I have a question for you. I have a question for you about like bringing in more people though. Okay. About immigration though, because like this is like you agree that it's like we all have this system. Every president does it.
Yeah.
But would you, if we stop doing it, if like you said we stop bringing people in, there will be a change in all of our ways of life.
What do you mean? We're already experiencing it. Why do you think there's a labor shortage?
Right. Well, right. I mean, that's for a bit, but yeah. Like if you think like supply chain or like empty shelves are bad now, Just wait until we stop bringing people in. Just wait until we stop bringing in people who will like work for nothing.
You will not be able to get
very different.
No. If you stop bringing people in, wages start going up because there's less competition. Then people will want to do those low wage jobs because the wage will go up.
But
we're still bringing people in.
No, we're not.
We're bringing tons of
people. No, we're not. The precise reason why, once we've established that like it's technically not undocumented immigration that's depressing wages, it's the way that we have designed that system on purpose, is the cruelty.
I don't think it's just undocumented either. I want to tone down legal as well.
You think America does it? You think America it takes too many immigrants?
I think we take in the most in the world. Go try Brazil, go try China, go try Russia. Why don't they take some people in?
They do take people in.
They don't take as many as we do.
Also, we have 330 million people in this country. We can definitely, and we have a lot of space. We can definitely take in way more immigrants. It's not a big deal at all. But what I'm saying is, the reason why wages are depressed, or the reason why wages go down, is not because like undocumented or documented labor is coming into the country and there's more labor. It's a lump of labor fallacy that was like disproven in the fucking 18th century. The reason why the wages are depressed in this country, despite productivity increasing year over year with technological achievements and yada yada, is because we have no support system for the American working class to be able to say, hey, at my workplace, like, it seems like we're making more money every single fucking year, but our salaries have remained the same. It's not adjusted to inflation. It's not adjusted to the cost of living. And we're still making dog shit fucking wages. Let's not do that. Let's get more money. We have no vehicle to be able to do that because we have no labor unions. It's not an accident that like every country where you look at the average wages for comparable jobs is much higher. Think
if we just raise wages for all these low class working class people, then the market's going to adjust and prices are going to rise as well. There could be a price rise in the interim, but that price rise is never going to be as significant as the way people say it's going to be, and that's, you know. I don't want to test it out.
No, but we know, we have examples of this, you know. You look at any other fucking country in Europe, which Republicans refuse to recognize exists, and you will see that the prices on certain goods are definitely higher than America.
I see the chat saying low class. I meant working class, low wage workers. Low wage.
Yeah. And also,
come on.
And also, that's why I do a podcast instead of live. They fucking
no, I like being live. It's fun.
And also, not only that, but we already have an example of this working in other countries where like. It's not like
where?
A McDonald's hamburger in Denmark where people are getting paid fucking $20.
Immigration too, right?
That does not change the reality.
But they do. So I'm willing to have that conversation if we just implement some of their policies as well.
But that doesn't. Okay, but that doesn't
not
change
just
the reality.
Ignore how they.
Immigration does not change wages as long as everyone is considered to be the same type of worker. What actually depresses or increases wages is a lack of unionization, because when there's more people coming in, there's more need for housing, there's more need for roads, there's more need for education, there's more need for everything else, which is precisely why immigration in and of itself, if everyone was documented, will not actually depress wages in any meaningful capacity whatsoever. It's how we do the immigration that actually has a capacity to depress wages.
Are you down for Denmark's diversity?
I mean, these countries are actually pretty diverse.
I know they are now, and
not now. Like they've always been pretty diverse. I think that people completely misunderstand that and think that it's not.
I mean, they have, like,
and per capita, Denmark allows more people. Denmark allows 4.3 per 1,000.
I know they are now, and look how the rape rate's gone up too.
Well, that actually is. First of all, I don't know why Republicans ever mention rape laws or rape statistics in Europe. Every country has a different way of calculating, and the real reason why in Sweden, which is what you're referencing, not Denmark, the real reason why rape statistics have gone up in Sweden is because they changed the way that they document rape from maybe if you're a spouse, like if you're engaging in spousal rape, which Dennis Prager loves and is an advocate for.
He did write an article saying you should do that.
He wrote 2 articles saying you should rape your wife.
He wasn't into that shit. He's a little freak.
He's had 7 wives. So.
He's fucked up. He's fucked up, dude.
Anyway, so the reason why the rape statistics skyrocketed in Sweden was not because of
well, I was thinking
immigration.
Sweden and Germany. Germany, really.
Okay, but most of these countries actually have a different way of documenting rape, and that is the reason when they changed like the methodology for what they constitute as like a singular instance of rape. That's when you see gigantic differences in the rape statistics, not because of immigration. Also, Germany's entire economy is reliant on immigrant labor. If there wasn't Turkish immigration into Germany, there would be no engine driving the EU at this moment. It's quite literally the immigration that kept Germany alive in post-World War II.
And they have a similar thing there, whenever they say some shit, whenever they talk shit about Erdogan, he's like, watch me turn the spigot. I'll either turn it off totally or I will flood you. Like, he's just said that. He's just been like,
I don't care.
yeah, he's like, keep talking.
Yeah.
Well, he's talking about Syrians. Like, he has like, fucking 3 million Syrian refugees inside of Turkey, and he uses that as a counterpoint to say that, like, to use that as a counterpoint to be like, hey, don't threaten me. If you don't fucking jail this journalist that said I'm a pussy, I will literally send Syrian refugees to Germany.
Yeah, and that's, by the way, one of my 3 plugs I have to do today. Keep buying the lira. Buy the dip. The lira's going nowhere but up. Keep buying it. Trust the plan. I have a trillion liras right now.
Oh, here. See? Once again, rape laws changing in 2016, and rape law reformation is the reason why they skyrocket. It has nothing to do with immigration. A lot of these countries, if you look at their statistics, they've had high rates of like immigration for a very long time, 2 decades, 3 decades. The only reason why people are making a big stink of it now is because there is uncertainty and anxiety elsewhere, oftentimes economic anxiety and uncertainty, that they are aggressively, shifting over to immigrants coming in. It's bullshit. Anyway, so there's that. Not that it matters. You can keep saying whatever. I know conservatives will say it regardless, but for the record, like I said, this is the same exact thing in Sweden as well, where it's like in Sweden, for example, spousal rape, if like a husband rapes their wife 100 times over the course of a year, that's not calculated as one instance of rape anymore. It's calculated as 100 instances of rape. That's why there was a big skyrocketing of rape numbers. Anyway, let's continue. What else is Brandon saying?
And again, I go back to...
Yeah, I know.
I go back
John
to...
McCain is funny.
John McCain,
yes!
dude.
Yes!
Law. I mean,
rest in piss. Rest in piss, John McCain. We don't like... We like heroes that weren't captured.
Oh.
Think about it.
Okay, straight up.
Did you ever think...
John McCain, anti-imperialist hero.
One man
Anti-imperialist
out of
legend.
Yes, dude.
I do remember in like 3rd grade, whenever that election was, we had like a slip in my school, and you could like vote for Obama or McCain, and that was the worst
contrary
vote
to
I've
what he
ever
thinks should be
cast in
taken
my life. I voted
for
for
fear
McCain.
of being defeated.
You voted for John McCain?
But I was 8. But I was 8. I didn't know.
Damn. Mine has been
That's
conservative
tough.
since
That's
day
tough.
one.
That's tough.
Bump into me, quote unquote. Sit with me.
My best friend John McCain, Jack.
They agree with.
Do you remember the end of that debate he had? It was like the 3rd Democratic debate where he was like,
I do it.
They gave him like a closing ramble. And he was like, I remember when John McCain asked me to be his pallbearer.
It's got to change.
He went on for 30 minutes about carrying John McCain's
I
casket.
doubt.
Oh my god.
It was so fun when like no one thought he was going to win. And they were just like not
British
giving him
hell,
Adderall yet.
More informed than
Yeah.
people in America.
He should be able to ramble like this.
Any of you
Somebody in
think
your chat said they voted for Romney in
Get to a
elementary
point?
school, which was 3 years ago. 3 years ago they did that.
Yeah.
would divert
If they were in my
from
chat, they're
major
like
issues?
16, so they're like 18 years old. So they were doing like high school mock
Talking
elections.
about last
Republican
week.
senators
He's like,
are.
I like Mitt Romney
No, are
last
you
week.
kidding me? I maintain confidentiality.
On
But
voting
I'm
rights,
sure you've spoken to some.
on voting rights, sir,
Yes.
at your first press conference 10
Has he
months
hit
ago,
on
I
any
asked you if there was
reporters?
anything
Anyone
you
who's
could
been
do
watching?
I think I
beyond
know
legislation
swag, like
to
yeah.
protect voting rights.
He
And
uses
at that time, you
dialogue.
said yes, but I'm not going to lay out a strategy before you and the world
Wait, which one?
now.
Ash?
Now that
Oh, yeah, this is
legislation
the granddaughter, right?
appears
Are you
to
talking about the
be
children?
hopelessly
The
stalled,
daughter.
can
His
you
daughter's
now
gonna be,
lay
like,
out
40.
your
She's
strategy
great.
to protect voting
Hot
rights?
40-year-olds.
Well,
No,
I'm
that's
not
Gina
prepared to
Haspel.
do that
Yeah,
The
Gina.
diary.
in detail in terms of the
Gina
executive orders I
Haspel,
may be able
all
to
those
engage
women.
in and other things things I can
Oh
do.
yeah, no,
The things we have
Who the fuck does she look like?
We have,
She's like
we
a
have
familiar
significantly
look.
beefed up the number of enforcers in the Justice Department who are there to challenge these unconstitutional efforts, in our view, unconstitutional efforts on the part of the Republicans to stack the election and subvert the outcomes. We have begun to organize in ways that we didn't before, the communities beyond the civil rights community to make the case to the rest of the American people what's about to happen. What will happen if, in fact, these things move.
I think one of the funniest parts about this,
about to happen.
The funniest part about like the voting rights argument, the voting rights argument is that like this is literally like the bare minimum. Okay, they have to do this so that like people will go out and fucking vote, and then hopefully they'll vote for the Democrats. This isn't even like I'm actively fighting to like give every American health care. This is like I'm actively fighting theoretically so that like everyone is a fucking a Democrat in Congress. But even then, like what's gonna happen? Even then, we're gonna have the Kirsten Sinemas, the Joe Manchins, and the fucking Democratic side being like, we just can't simply, align with you. And it always brings me back to the David Axelrod take where, remember when he fucking game. When he like secretly admitted and did a self-report and it was like, yeah, this problem also happened with Obama when we had 60 people that were Democrats, and it's like, okay, then 100 Democrats and you're still gonna have issues.
God bless you, David. That is why David got disinvited from Mo Bungler's birthday party.
Yeah,
that's why they gave his slot to John Legend because he fucked up. I don't know. I just like there was a time when Biden would flirt with the reporters when he would like. You didn't think that was cool? It's like you have to admit he's like a little like classically masculine. You know,
Biden
like more so than Trump.
Yeah, you ever see him? You ever see him in a fucking Mustang?
I get what you're saying with the like mask. I get that, but
there was a point in time when Joe Biden clapped cheeks. Okay, I don't know if that time has passed, but like he definitely did at a certain point.
Yeah, no, he's a creep. We get it. Like he smells hair and shit. But that was everyone was doing that until about 1995.
Oh yeah. It's like
probably 98.
That's like how you became a legislator. Like in Florida, you have to get a DUI. In the rest of the country, you have to smell women's hair.
I'm not saying it's good, right? I'm not saying you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't be like, even if you're the most charming guy in the world, you shouldn't be like, I'm gonna bring back smelling women's hair. No one likes it. But he is like, he got in that Mustang and he's like, I love driving a car. It was pretty cool. He challenged that guy to a fight. He was like, do push-ups against me.
He tried to fight Trump.
He tried to fight Trump.
Like,
dude, look at that.
I mean, you don't think this guy's hot?
Come on now.
I have a certain type. I wouldn't say that's mine, but.
Oh, come on. You're going to tell me that young Joe Biden is not.
Hasan, just because you want to bang him doesn't mean I do.
I mean, I'm just being honest. He's sexy. Matt Gaetz ticks all the boxes. Yeah, Matt Gaetz is a universal politician because he's like allegedly or potentially sex trafficking, definitely DUIs, definitely battery charges, you know what I mean? Like actively under investigation by the federal government. He will, like if it wasn't, I always thought Matt Gaetz was going to be the Ron DeSantis figure. Like I always thought he was going to be the DeSantis. Yes, because I always thought he was going to be the guy who like runs for president. Like, and he still might, but the FBI is trying to take him down for doing something that all people in Florida do.
Are y'all in that Trump's about to get arrested class?
No. Because
I see that on liberal Twitter and it is
fuck no.
It's
Trump's gonna get arrested for what?
No, the walls are closing in.
Yeah, it's gonna be Lev Parnas is gonna get him. No, no American president will ever be put in handcuffs because you get one, it opens it up to do it to all of them.
Yes,
and
100%. 100%. That is precisely why Barack Obama ran on like prosecuting war crimes from the prior administration and then did absolutely nothing. Because if that were to happen, then then they would absolutely lock Barack Obama up. That's just how it works.
Oh
man, that'd be pretty funny if Trump went to jail.
If he went to jail, but it was like for hitting someone with his car. That would be funny. Like it's just not any of the Russia shit.
He's like, it's the first time. It's the first time he ever drove.
Fuck. No, hold up. This video's not on Twitter. I'm gonna find it. You guys do your shit. I have video evidence. This is from my friend Michael of Trump driving. This video's from 2012. But I'm gonna find this.
Wait, what? You have a video evidence of Trump driving?
Yeah.
Was it like on accident? I don't understand.
No. This is a Michael find. This
breaking
is
unexpected. Breaking.
Guy.
Manchin is a no on reforming the filibuster to end debate with a simple majority. So like what? Wait, first of all, okay. I'm gonna sell you on the filibuster. Are you ready for this? First of all, filibuster reform is just like making sure that like if you're gonna commit to a filibuster, you have to stand up. That's it. And I want to see these old fucks literally just like an anime character die while they're standing because they wanted to fucking stop like I don't know people from getting funds to build like lead-free piping in Pittsburgh. Like if you
stand by it, you're saying
if you are if you're a fucking ghoul, if you're a ghoul, okay, that is like I don't think kids in Pittsburgh should get like lead-free pipes. We shouldn't give any funds to that. Then if you want to do a filibuster, like you just have to stand up and actually do it. And I'm in favor of that kind of filibuster reform where like if you're gonna fucking ride or die to make sure, then you can die while you're doing it. Like I want you to stand on that fucking podium and straight up fucking die standing. Okay.
I have the video proof of Trump driving, by the way. You guys ready?
Wait, send it to me. No fucking shot.
I told dude, that's him.
No shot. Okay, DM that to me. DM that.
I'm sending to you.
DM that to me on Twitter
and
I'll pull it up.
You're about to hear the song. This is about to fucking rock your world. No, this is crazy.
I want these geriatric fucks to literally wear diapers and shit themselves for over the course of an 8-hour fucking filibuster if they want to stop people from being able to, you know, I don't know, get clean water or whatever. Okay, that's it. What if they're in a wheelchair? I don't know. We'll figure out a way to make it harder for someone in a wheelchair to also fucking have to stand somehow. Not stand, but... What is this?
Nah, yeah. You need everyone to be in pain all the... Like, if you're in the Senate, you should be in pain. I do agree with that.
They're servants. They should be.
Agreed. All right.
So, see? There you go. Now you're in favor of filibuster.
No,
dude,
no.
Look, but you just said it. Look at all this common ground. I'm the real no labels. Look at all the common ground.
I know we do have a lot of common ground. We do. But I knew that coming in.
No,
okay, but
we made you honest.
No,
you're part of that movement.
So
now.
are you not? Are you? So you do want like the rhinos or the fucking Democrats or even other Republicans to be able to have to fucking stand if they're gonna stand against some sort of legislation, right? Like they shouldn't be able to just say, oh, you're not gonna get a filibuster-proof majority, so nuke this legislation into orbit. No, they have to do something. I'm sick and tired of these motherfuckers who literally all they do is like run around across the country and eat expensive dinners with a bunch of fucking sick freak oil barons or whatever fucking frozen food dynasty owners, and all they do is just like sit around, never fucking work a day in their lives. They get lobbyists to write the legislation. Like, it's the cushiest fucking job on the planet. Fuck that. They should have to work for it, okay?
I send you... Check your DMs. I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick.
Instead of saying...
more water, but I got the Trump driving video.
Instead of saying, hey, we are gonna do a filibuster so, you know, you can actually fucking have this legislation passed, they 1000% should be forced to fucking... Wait, hold on. Let me see if I can get this, like... If I can open it in a different tab. Oh, no, I can't. Fuck. I'll just play it like this. Okay. Here you go, chat. Hopefully this doesn't fuck up. This is my DMs. I think
is that Bear?
This is literally from fucking Melania's like Facebook, right? Listening to fucking Taylor Swift and everything. It's real. It is real.
Melania's pretty, admit that.
What? Yeah, of course. Anyway, hold on. Original audio, I saved this 7 years ago. You had the wherewithal to fucking save this 7... Oh, here it is. It is an unlisted video as well. This is a New York Magazine, unlisted link. This is crazy. It's crazy to see him driving. What do you mean he doesn't know how to drive? This guy doesn't look like a driving guy to you? I mean, this was funny as fuck. Melania's an immigrant. I thought he didn't like immigrants. They're just the brown ones. I mean, Melania's technically brown. You know what I'm saying?
She's brown. What the fuck?
Yeah, Melania is brown. She's got so much bronzer on. She might as well be.
I definitely like brown.
Melania is an undocumented immigrant. Like, she 100% was able to get away with it. Okay. She's white passing. I won't even.
Melania is not white passing. She's tan.
She's tan passing.
She's
Melania,
a brown woman.
Melania and Jill are both fucking hot. That's what I think.
There's a timing
Jill's cute, not
that
hot.
is
Yeah,
not
she's
of
absolutely
one's own
hot.
choice.
She's like
It's
85
dictated by
years
events that are
old.
happening
Beautiful.
in country and
Think
around
how
the
hot
world
she was
as
when
to
she was
what
like 50
the
even.
focus is.
Nobody beats
But
what's her
part
face,
of
the one that
problem
gave everybody
is,
COVID.
as well.
Hope
I have
Hicks, my
not
queen.
been
Hope Hicks. Oh, yeah,
out
we-
Can I
in the
like? Could
community
you
nearly
like?
enough.
Have you ever met her?
Me and
Hicks?
Felix both are big
I
Hope Hicks
don't-
heads. Like,
I
we
don't know,
love.
Maybe I don't recall.
We're
big Hope Hicks heads.
She went to Hollywood though. She was like, I'm done with politics. I'm Hollywood now. And I've been like,
I
hoping
love
could
Hope
meet her
Hicks, and
during
I
this
love
trip.
what's it fucking Mnuchin's evil villain.
I love
wife.
her, Louise Linton.
Yeah. Oh my lord.
her
With
movies.
the fucking leather gloves, the leather driving gloves, where she's holding up the fucking $100 bills. So good. Sick.
I think
Anyway.
I don't know. I think there's a way for either me or Hasan to meet Hope Hicks. We think she's beautiful.
We
I
do.
happen to think she's beautiful. If she's out there, she's in the audience.
Yeah.
She could.
Get at me, Hope
Yeah.
Hicks.
If you want to watch all the Joe Rogan interviews with Graham Hancock at my Airbnb, I've been trying to make my own lean. You're invited.
Are you doing prison wine, but for
I'm
lean?
doing prison lean.
Okay. Real Hope Hicks? Yeah, that's crazy.
Oh,
She's in
that's
here.
her. I saw her first. Did you play the Trump video? I was in the bathroom.
I did, yes. This is real.
Dude, that's
100% confirmed. Certified real. He's
This is
driving.
Michael Fine. Shout out M Hug. My friend.
My mod.
The best part, he was listening to what song is that? Blank Space, right?
Taylor Swift. Yeah, he's a
That's
Swiftie.
Blank Space.
Are you a Swiftie?
I like love Lana. I'd say I'm like a Lana-er.
Why? Because she married a
Lana
cop?
Del Rey.
The
I've liked Lana
cop
since I
husband?
was like literally born, so no.
Lana she's been on top since like 2012.
I can't. Like, don't even get me started.
What do you feel? What about like more? Lana can be like a gateway to more indies. Do you like Mitski at all?
I don't know who that is, sorry.
I don't
Might
either.
like her.
I don't
Might like
either.
her. All right.
I don't know what Mitski is.
You know a leftist I like? Like, I hate her politics, but she's like she's like nuts, and I can't help
Who?
but like her. I like Halsey, I do, and she's like a nut BLMer. But like,
Halsey? Married to dating and has a baby with a Turkish man. So
really?
she's good.
Wait, who?
Oh,
Yeah.
Is it
Halsey?
Erdogan's
I
red-haired
knew.
son?
No, dude. No. He's good. He follows me. He's a friend of the show. He's cool. I forget his name right now, but he's like some dude. But yeah, Halsey is dating and has a child with a Turkish man.
Oh, and I love Azalea Banks. She's the best.
Well,
That
makes
she's
sense.
the fucking best.
Who doesn't?
Halsey seems like a rad lib. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Ask Christian what he thinks about the dogs winning the Natty. I don't even know.
Oh,
what the fuck
go
that is.
Georgia! Love you.
I have no idea what that
Oh,
is.
that's that college football thing.
College
I
football.
don't know anything about that.
Are you a
fuck?
football bro?
Fuck no, dude. No, not even remotely. Okay,
Man.
I am not even in any way, shape, or form interested in any of that stuff. Are you a barb?
I'm a total barb.
Are you a
Fuck
barb
yeah.
now though? But you're like a fake barb.
No, I've been a barb since day one. Everybody like thought I was, and then when she did that, I came out of the closet as a barb.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. Well then, okay. So that's why you're a fake barb.
No!
Because a real barb wears it on their sleeve from day one.
I played her music.
Oh, you
in
were
my
too afraid. You were too afraid to admit it. Okay.
No. Yeah, I'm totally a barb.
She had a great song with NBA YoungBoy. That's all I really know about her. But like,
Barbs hate me because
yeah, because you fought with her.
You fought with Nikki on
I
But
ra-
yeah, you
I
didn't fight with her.
ratioed.
He was like,
You what?
I ratioed Nicki Minaj on Twitter.
What?
Yeah, 100%. That's a real thing that I did.
Let her live her life.
What?
You're hating on a black queen. Hassan.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what the barb said. That's exactly what the barb said.
You're such a racist.
That is literally what the barb said. They were like, "You're a white supremacist."
You are.
And other words that I can't say on Twitch because I got banned.
I remember.
You know, I got banned on Twitch for 7 days for saying.
I'm a free speecher. I wouldn't have banned you.
It's crazy.
Well, they banned him for saying like an anti-white slur, which is crazy. No, legit. They banned him for that.
But if they're gonna ban people for other words, then fuck yeah, ban them for that. Fuck yeah.
So you're for more censorship?
No. If they're gonna ban people for other words, then it should be universal. If we're not, but I'm for no banning.
But like, do you agree?
Not you get special rights because you're hating on white people.
I think you should get. I unironically think you should get special rights for hating on white people. 100%. They should actually.
Oh, I know.
They should actually elevate you. If you make fun of white people, they should. I'm white. Like, what do you mean? What are you gonna police my speech? I'm fucking white.
That's the thing. If they ban him for saying like anti-white slurs, they're saying like, oh, he's
not white. Yeah.
But Turkey's in the European Union. That's
no,
white.
it's not.
Middle Eastern isn't white.
It's in NATO. It's in NATO. I misspoke.
Yeah.
I woke up earlier than
it's a
normal
sore.
today.
It's a sore spot for Turks.
Yeah. My bad. I misspoke. I know you're not in the EU.
I think you
should
Turkey.
be.
I want to go so
Turkey
bad.
seems sick.
They'll love you.
Yeah.
In Turkey.
Oh, yeah. I would love that.
Okay, so wait, what was I gonna say? What were we talking about before? Fuck. Oh, anti-white slurs.
Music.
Yeah, anti-white slurs. I think yes, it should be allowed, and also not only that, but they should like give me more money when I say anti-white slurs. Like Twitch should be like, thank you. Here's your check. That's how it should work. Anyway, Halsey's very sorry for accidentally calling for another 9/11.
No, oh, never mind.
This was awesome. Yeah, you would love this. What she said here.
Oh, she said, can the basement they run Pitchfork out of just collapse already? That's hilarious. That's funny as fuck. Yeah, that's cool. That's it's a ridiculous thing.
That's pretty awesome.
She didn't fucking know. Who cares?
People well, like, yeah. Crazy. Was Pitchfork look especially mean to her?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, then other anti-ethnic slurs should be allowed? No. I mean, yes, but like, except for the ones that you know.
Except what?
The K1. I don't know. I think I should be able to say it right, but like I don't know.
He doesn't even know. He doesn't even know.
He's Jewish. I'm Jewish. I can say it.
He's saying like, he, as a Jewish person, like he should be able to say it. I shouldn't be able to say it. If you're Muslim, you should extra not be able to say it.
Yeah, there's some history there. There's some unfortunate history there. Yes, there is. If it was my friend who's Muslim,
kidding.
If it's my friend who's Muslim, I would be like, okay.
Are you gonna give the pass?
Do you? Yeah, can you do that? Yeah. Can you give passes?
No Jews do it, but I would like to my friends.
No, for like, if he's white, can you give a pass for the C word?
I think so.
You think so?
No. The C word pass is universal. It's a ridiculous one that people are getting because no one has ever been mad. No one has ever actually been mad
but
unless
since
you're like
y'all ramped up the anti-free speech shit, we're ramping up the anti-white stuff.
Do you think white people are under attack?
I totally do. You're demented.
Okay. You think white people are under attack? But it's good.
No.
I think
no. So you're sitting on here you're like, yeah, F white people did it. Can you imagine if you did that about one other group?
Yeah, it would be bad and wrong.
Yeah, so it's
but
bad
it's
with
funny
white
when
people.
But it's funny and cool and good.
Okay,
when it's for white
it used to be funny when you could do it to everyone. When you could make like
no,
it was funny when it was universal. You could make fun of everyone. But now that you can only make fun of white people, it's like, oh, like that's low hanging fruit. Like come up with a better joke.
No, I agree.
You know that's what I'm saying.
No, I agree.
Like,
I agree with that.
Anymore.
I think it's like super basic, which is why like, you know, we should adopt the European style racism, which is like
banter.
Yeah, ethnic.
Right.
Well, so make fun of Polish people on the virtue of their Polishness or that sort of thing. That's what we should be adopting, but not the anti-Romani part of it.
Well, if it's like your friends, I think like, yeah, dude, but like, dude, my friend Dave is Punjabi. He's always, you know, going in on me or going in on our friend who's like a hillbilly, and we're always like, fuck you, you know, get back.
Yeah. And good. That's
but like
fun.
banter,
just fun stuff.
Banter needs to come back
for sure.
Banter's great. You
know? But yeah, as far as the anti-white stuff, the anti-white people are people of color.
Oh no, this one.
They are.
This
Fuck
slapped.
it.
This
Fuck
slapped.
it.
I haven't even seen this,
the
but
word.
I know it slapped. Okay.
It did. Fuck
oh
yeah.
my god. By the way, people are unironically asking what your skincare routine is.
I'll give you all my skin after we watch this.
Okay.
White light is made up of a bunch of different colors on the visible light spectrum. The word white functions as a color in every single language that I speak. So I'd appreciate if the racism against white people stopped immediately. White people are people of color. Stop trying to marginalize their voices. Stop trying to silence white voices. White voices matter. White lives matter. White people are people of color. So stop excluding them from the fray.
Love that.
Period.
That was you changed my mind.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just had to educate you a little on visible light spectrum.
Yeah, no, that was brilliant. It was, you had to go to the sciences.
Yeah.
You had to go to the hard
sciences.
Trust the science. Yeah, that was pretty good.
See, that's the real thing the CDC should have told us.
Done.
That white people are a color.
Yeah.
So
if they had done that,
anti-whiteness.
dude, if they had done that, people would have stopped dying of COVID in March. I don't know how, but it would have helped.
I think that I mean, if we're gonna be serious about it, no, I think that like oppression on the virtue of whiteness is not a real thing, obviously, because whiteness as a concept is like built around dominance and exclusion. That's why Barack Obama is not considered a white person, but a black person.
He leans into his blackness. He doesn't. My friends don't even know
there is
that
not
he's mixed race. He totally leans into.
It doesn't
his
because
black
it doesn't
side.
matter. Like no one would ever be like Barack Obama's white.
But
you know what I mean?
but if he's the one who says he's black, etc., etc. He doesn't say he's mixed race. So no, he's not white, and he's not black. He's mixed.
I mean, but it doesn't matter. Even if he said he's mixed, you're pro logic. You're saying like everyone that's everyone that's mixed does this say they're biracial. No, but so the point is, it comes from the one drop rule, right? I mean, you know this. I think like you were educated in America.
Yes, but
I'm
not living in slave time, so I've moved on.
I know, but like that's where that comes from. It's not like it changed. You know
what
what
do
I
you
mean?
Like if someone's considered black or not, you're saying?
Yeah, I mean it's a fundamental part of like American societal development. It came with the preservation of slavery early on, and all of the fucking attitudes haven't changed. Like you're black, and the reason why you're black and not something different.
Me, Hasan.
No, I mean I know you know this, but like the reason why the reason why Barack Obama is black is because he has at least like one drop or more of black genes in him that slavers a lot of
black people don't think biracial people are full black. That's kind of a new movement. So are you speaking for the black kings and queens?
So there's a lot of like intra-community fighting on shit like that. There's also colorism, yada yada.
So just talking.
I personally don't give a shit. Obviously, it's not my business per se. I do watch. Felix and I both watch from afar.
You do. Just to keep in the culture.
We are. Yeah,
I think I'm gonna get involved soon, though.
Oh,
I'm gonna be like the CIA in Syria and just start funding all different types of groups.
Yeah.
I think it's time. I think everyone needs to hear from me on this issue.
Yeah, I agree.
But ultimately, yeah, it's just like that's the reason why whiteness in and of itself is not like something you can call out unless you're like a huge bitch. You know what I mean? Like, anyone that fucking cries about like white people being attacked is like on the basis of being white and not on the basis of being like a worker or any other kind of like actual fucking marginalization is a huge bitch.
For me, it has to do with we can't talk or even make a joke about anyone else, but you can you can hate speech, which I don't believe in, white people, and you're not consequenced for it at all. So
because it's not real.
It's right
it's not
in
real.
your. What's not real about it?
Hate speech against white people is not real. 100%. Like, if it was real, then like it can't be real because it's about dominance. Like whiteness is not a real thing.
So I don't believe white people are supreme to everyone else, but you do, or you believe that society makes them supreme? I'm not a white supremacist.
I don't think white people are supreme to anyone else. What I'm simply stating is that whiteness as a concept, historically and in contemporary society, is used as the dominant class of individuals. And whiteness as a concept has expanded throughout history. There was a time when Irish people were not considered white. There was a time when Greek people were not considered white. There was a time when Polish people were not considered white. Jews, Italians, right? So that concept has expanded to create a larger in-group. Now Hispanics are considered white as well. You have white Hispanics. So Well, have you met a Cuban person? They definitely consider themselves to be white and are very white in general, depending on.
See, and I also don't attach certain qualities to skin color. Like this is a whiteness. This is
No.
this
I
is
know, but as a
whiteness.
political concept, that's where the history comes from, and that's precisely what it's being utilized as, ultimately, and that's exactly the reason why, from a political point of view, it's like hate speeching someone against white, hate speeching people for being white is ridiculous, and that's why everybody intrinsically understands that it's ridiculous. That's why, like, most white people would laugh when you say someone is a C word. I can't believe I'm saying C word now because I don't want to get banned, but that's the reason.
Well, we'll move on so we don't get you banned.
No, it's fine. I mean, I as long as you don't call someone the C word.
Got it.
Well, dude, you just showed us a video of you being a white supremacist. What do you mean?
Oh, I think he means like the white people of color video. I think that's as somebody who constantly says things that I know are going to like upset people or like get a reaction. It's just like the type of person I am. I can tell when someone else is doing that. Like you didn't really. I don't believe that you got up and you're like, oh, I've realized this thing that white people.
We all know I was making a point.
Yeah.
Unless you're.
No, I'm saying that you're not making. I'm saying that it's like you're like, damn, I know this is really gonna get people.
But I'm
gonna get yelled at, and I want to get yelled at.
I mean, it would be funny and pushy, but I mean, I stand by my.
Do you think you could be like anti? You think you could be bigoted against straight people?
Straight?
Yeah, straight people.
I mean, sure. I think you could be have something against straight people. Yeah.
Like if someone was like fucking breeders, like, do you think that that's like hate speech?
I mean, I don't believe in hate speech, so any way you toss
but like, would you make a defense of like people being anti-straight in the same way that you did for people being anti-white?
Only if people weren't allowed to make gay jokes, then I sure as hell would.
So you're saying heterophobia is technically you're strategically saying heterophobia could be real if homophobia is real.
Yeah.
Do you think homophobia is real?
I think there's people that hate gays, yeah, and I think there's gays who have things against straights as well. I mean, I don't see that as often as the anti-white stuff.
You think there's gays against straights?
Huh?
You think there's like actual heterophobia?
I don't know, but I think there could be for sure.
I mean, it's like, but you understand, right? It's like the default is like considered straightness, right? So that's part of the reason why it's like ridiculous if someone was like, oh, I can't believe they're making fun of breeders or making fun of cishet people. Like, it would just be ridiculous.
Well, there's a lot more straight people in the world than white people as well, so I think white people are a global minority technically. Well, so I think white people are a minority. They're a global minority.
Well, that's because whiteness in and of itself.
Oh, because you're saying, but
is built on purity. So the only way to preserve whiteness or white people is literally by making sure that miscegenation doesn't happen.
But this whiteness concept, whiteness is being like a belief or what? I reject that and attaching that belief system to a skin color.
But let me put it this way. He's just saying like how America like moves the goalpost for like what is white, where it's like, all right, we got to like expand it for this people like they did with like Irish people and like Jews and shit.
Yeah.
Just like that, it's in the same way that like if you're a Chinese guy in China, that's being white there kind of. Or if you're like, if you're a Gulfi in Saudi Arabia, you're white there.
Right.
Same deal.
You know? Like it's just the default mode. It's the default in group, whatever the default like character class is. You know what I mean? That's just whiteness here in Western, in America especially, because like the concept of black and white is like pretty American the way that we understand it. It's like unique, and that is it just means you're in the in class. That you're in the dominant in group.
Okay, well, you keep hating on white people whenever you want. I'll defend them, but don't get mad when I make a joke about someone else.
But how... Okay, can you tell me an example of how you would defend the white race, then, if it is a race, without, like, coming across like a Nazi?
Well, no, if I mean...
Miscegenation, there's no problem with that, right?
There was a literal genocidal Twitter space where A group of people.
He's talking about my group chats.
It's real. Y'all, they were calling for white people to literally be exterminated, like sent to camps. Literally. And you might think it's funny. They were.
You think it's funny, though.
No, I was just, no, but I think
no
that's
shot
wrong.
You think that's...
But you know that they're not going to get it together. They're not.
Well, they're not going to do it, but I'm against that type of, like, it's not cute.
Okay, but notice how you immediately went to, like, what the other side is saying and your reaction to the other side. Is there a way where you can assume a defensive position to defend the honor and sanctity of the white race without coming across like a Nazi?
Sure, just like people defend the black race, defend the Latino.
So you're saying white pride, like, as opposed to black pride?
No, if you can have black pride, then you don't have to hate on white people, or white person shouldn't have to hate themselves either.
Well,
you're not a white supremacist just because you think, oh, shit, I don't take responsibility for what my ancestors did and I don't hate my skin color. That's not being a white supremacist.
That's not what we're talking about, though. No one should hate their own skin color. That's ridiculous. But, why do you think there's a association with white pride and white supremacy? Do you understand why there's an association with white pride and white supremacy?
Oh, yeah, I understand.
Because they're fucking culture vultures. Because they're fucking culture vultures. They saw black pride, they saw black power, and they were like, that shit's good. We got to do it ourselves. And that's why they were like, white power.
If you can have black pride, if you can have Latino pride, if you can have this, that, the other pride, then you can have white pride.
But we got to go back really far, right? Got to go back World War I. This is where everything got fucked up before that. This is really what fucked things up, right? Because it was like, okay, what's the biggest white group in America? It's Germans. Germans took over. Every American's German. Germans, though, when they were showing up, they had their own shit. They took over Wisconsin. They were doing cool shit. They had their own thing going all over the place. World War I happens. This war that America should have never been involved in. We have nothing to do with these fucking cousins fighting. We have nothing to do with it. But they whipped everyone up.
Terrible war. Destroy the Ottoman Empire.
Yes.
Not good.
Fuck that war. They whipped everyone up. They whipped everyone up against the Germans. They're like, it's the fucking Germans' fault. Fuck them. And all these Germans in America were like, we're not German, we're American. And they give up everything. They have no more identity. And then time passes. And then, they can't go back to being German. They can't wear the fucking lederhosen and eat the sausage and do all the shit, the sewer socialism. They can't do that anymore. So if they're getting into any ethnic pride at all, they're just like, pan-whiteism. And it's stupid because it's like all those countries they're born to fight each other. Mm-hmm. All the European countries, they all hate each other.
Even though they're all quite literally directly related to one another, especially the royal classes are fucking each other and they're all cousins at the same time. Yeah. So much so that they have their own genetic inbreeding diseases that you can trace back to specific royal families. Anyway.
But I'm just saying every place has something to be proud of. Germans should be into being German.
I totally agree.
Even I
totally
think
agree.
It's like all their shit's cool.
So that's what the difference is, though. Like,
but their shit.
People can trace back their lineage, and almost all white people, even if they have become Americanized after like a million fucking generations of being here, can trace back their lineage to a specific country. Like white people are like, I'm German and Irish, blah blah blah, right? You know what I mean? Like, if you're living in Chicago, you're Polish. Doesn't matter what you are. If you live in fucking the tri-state, you're Italian. Doesn't matter what your background is. You're just fucking Italian. Massachusetts, area, New England, Irish, and a cop. That's where all the cops come from. So the point is, like, black people obviously don't have that because of racism and slavery.
We can't trace our
Can you trace your roots back to like what specific country it comes from?
When my ancestors sold us into slavery? No.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't do that because of chattel slavery, which is why it was like a collective identity created from the intergenerational trauma and having to associate with a new thing. But that's it. But that is the main difference between like people having pride or black pride and white pride. That's the main difference, is that like the oppressor taking on the SJW shit of an actually oppressed group.
I wasn't championing white pride. I was championing not hating on white people in the same way you shouldn't hate on any other race. And if you do want to hate on white people, don't cancel someone from work for making a comment about someone else. and I stand by. And there's nothing like that's my view.
I'm of the personal opinion. I mean, really, the only guy who thinks this, that all races should be friends. The first guy to ever
fucking
say
base,
that.
dude. Fucking base. Holy shit. Anyway, okay. But yeah, there's a
My
difference
friend Ben
between
Morris says hi. I'm sorry, I should have said that.
Hi,
earlier.
Ben.
there's a difference between like, you know, someone in Nigeria who has like Nigerian pride versus an African descendant of slaves here in America. That's where that, you know, that's the main difference, is that
we were slaves,
people were victim to chattel slavery. But yeah, that was really brave take. Thank you.
I know.
I just thought someone needed
to say it.
Brave, especially after MLK Day. I really appreciated that.
Well, some would say I was inspired.
Okay, so white people are under attack. We established that. Probably the most oppressed, I would say.
For sure.
If there's a group of people
in America,
oh yeah, totally. I mean, I can't. Same with cisgender people, obviously, heterosexuals, all that. Especially if you're an anti-vaxxer.
Oh, they are the most marginalized.
No one else.
For sure.
Yeah, no one. It's like
no one disagrees with that.
Where's the MLK for anti-vaxxers?
We're waiting on him and praying on him.
You know what I mean? I have a dream that, you know, anti-vaxxers and vaccinated can get away. Yeah, exactly. That we can all go to Applebee's for $5 jalapeno
without a passport at the front.
Yeah,
for sure.
Okay. What else? Felix, you got any other? It's the worst time in history to be white. Yeah.
We were gonna rate hot.
Oh right, yeah.
Oh yeah. Let's do it. Is Biden still fucking going?
Oh my God! The power is literally in your hands. You know,
he's still doing interviews.
Voters give Democrats the House and the Senate and the presidency, that all these big things can get accomplished. And you know, we've seen stalemate, we've seen things being stymied. Why should folks believe you this time around?
Can you think of any other president's done as much in 1 year? Name one for me.
That's a Trump question. That's a Trump line.
You guys talk about how nothing's
Bro, that is straight Trump, though.
A bungler wouldn't ask.
I don't think there's been much on any incoming president's plate that's been a bigger menu.
I swear to God, that is a straight Trump line right there.
I'm not complaining.
He's
do that running in.
He should own
the fact of the matter is, we got an awful lot done.
I wish he did that. That's the best thing that presidents should do all the time now.
And there's more to
get
get done.
Pupils. He's on Molly.
Look, let
He's
me ask
ripped
you a
off that.
critical
He's taking
question.
the Grakus. He takes the shit I do. Just kidding.
No, I won't. Anyway.
He's on Kratom.
He's on Kratom and MDMA. It's the worst combo.
Yes. Be careful. Don't get hurt, man.
No, I'm going to take it.
He got loose. He's
on Molly. He's on Molly.
Another question on Ukraine.
He's loosening up now. Let's see.
Ukraine borders 4 NATO member countries. How concerned are you concerned that
Atlantis is
a real conflagration in Ukraine, if the Russians really go in there, that it could suck in NATO countries that are on the border, and you end up with an actual NATO-Russia confrontation of some kind? And secondly, are you entertaining the thought of a summit with Vladimir Putin as a way to perhaps try and put this whole thing to bed, address their concerns, and negotiate a way out of this?
The last question, yes. When we talked about whether or not we'd pick the 3 meetings we talked about, and we talked about we would go from there if there was reason to go to a summit. We talked about a summit as being before the Ukraine item came up in terms of strategic doctrine and what the strategic relationship would be. So I still think that is a possibility, number one. Number two, I am very concerned. I'm very concerned that this could end up being, look.
Why? What does he think is going to happen?
It's intended.
He's fighting his way through this sentence.
And
he is
what I'm
pushing a
concerned
shopping
about
cart uphill.
Is this could get out of hand. very easily get out of hand because of what
He should just say, I'm fucking
of Ukraine.
I will fight. I will bare knuckle
do.
brawl Vladimir Putin for Ukraine, for Ukrainian independence.
And the people in that area of Ukraine want to be part of Russia. End of discussion. They speak Russian.
So I don't think
I am not saying any of that.
I don't.
Look,
with all that stuff, an entire part of the world, I'm like, that's your guys.
It is. I know. We shouldn't even talk about it. It's not our business.
I did not say that. That was. I don't know what.
I'm proud. No, my family came from Ukraine. We had to leave there. They were like, we're burning your huts.
No, I don't.
100 years ago.
If he invades, it has to happen since World War II.
Sorry.
The most consequential thing that's happened.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And if we, I don't know if this, I thought of this yesterday, if we went and invaded Mexico, which I don't want to do.
Yes.
If we did, no, I'm kidding. If we did, Russia wouldn't come over here and start a war with us. So can we just stay the fuck out of that area of the world?
Bro, what the I mean, you're right, but also, wow, okay. That was a very good take. This is true.
This time next year, and what does the new normal look like for social gatherings and travel to you?
You did it. It was great.
Well, the answer is, I hope
Did you know that Biden
way that we don't still have.
That's like the shit he was getting up to in the
in
90s. He did the Ray back.
He's still
Look at his eyes. Look at his fucking pupils. That's a guy in Mali.
You're right. He did. He quite literally was like, if you're doing Molly, like, you should go to prison for life, Jack. Like, he did every fucking anti-drug. Are you pro-drug laws? Decriminalization?
I don't do drugs.
Let the people party?
Okay. You don't do drugs.
You don't do any drugs.
Y'all, I don't want to go down. This is the most boring topic ever.
Wait, really? You don't do any drugs?
No, I swear I don't. Like,
that's
nothing.
crazy.
I don't drink either.
What the?
Oh, you're one of those. I noticed a lot of conservatives are on that train of like,
well,
I don't drink. I never do that shit.
Huh?
Like a lot of like Trump.
Oh, it's not even attached to conservatism. I just don't like.
You don't like it?
Yeah.
You just like. Do you not like?
It's crazy.
You don't like not being in control. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about that.
I mean, I don't do anything either now, but I have in the past. But also, I don't understand why people would not. You know what I mean? If people want to do it, they should be able to do it. But do you think people should like go to fucking jail forever if they've done drugs?
No.
No, just a little bit. They should go to jail for a little bit if they've done drugs.
Just a minute, just a little timeout.
Okay, interesting take. You did shrooms like a month ago. I did not actually do shrooms on that day. Also, shrooms are not drugs; they come from the ground.
Yeah,
true.
They come from nature.
If you're gonna call shrooms a drug, you might as well.
I actually know someone very prominent. He has lots of money and he's doing tons of shroom research. And like, you can go to his like backyard and like trip. But
my friend's getting her license and being a psilocybin horticulturalist.
Oh wow.
That's not my type of the shrooms, all that shit. It's not my type of thing. But
what's your type of thing?
What are Christian takes on Taiwan, Hong Kong, and Xinjiang? No, we're not doing.
No, we're not going there.
No.
I actually speak Chinese. Did y'all know that?
Shut the fuck up.
Do you
really?
What?
你好，我是明星。我从达拉斯来，但是现在我住在洛杉矶。我上UCLA 大学。
Wait, like you speak full like?
I mean, I can handle my own. Yeah.
Damn.
What the fuck? Why?
Because I love.
Yo, the next generation, dude. I swear to God, no, they know.
He's up next.
They know, dude. They know Xi Jinping's taking over, dude. Straight up.
When did you learn?
I've been learning since like 8th grade.
Yeah, since 8th grade, he's aware that China's gonna take over as the global hegemonic power. You are 100% ready for the Chinese takeover.
If y'all want tutoring, you can let me know.
Yeah, no, we're fucked. Like
we're like our brains are like hardened. We can't learn new languages.
No, that's a fucking
Chinese.
Lie. That's a lie.
We're trying to like make up.
Do you speak Turkish?
Yeah, of course, it's my first language.
Oh.
But that doesn't mean Turkish sucks in comparison. Like, it has no utility in comparison to fucking Mandarin. You know what I mean? Like I'm trying to get my fucking social credit up so that when China inevitably rolls America, like, you know, I can ride on the high-speed rails.
Yeah, Christian, my only plan is to sell entertainment industry secrets to China.
Same. Yeah.
Ancient Jewish secrets of movies.
Okay, don't.
That's not bad. I'm saying we're good at movies. Everyone agrees with that. Even people who don't like us are like, those guys can make movies.
Yeah. Okay. On that note, I gotta go pee. But before I do that, here's the top of the hour ad break. Okay. Another top of the hour ad break from our supreme overlord Jeffrey Jebediah Bezos. Okay. So here's the 1 minute ad break. Now you can avoid it if you subscribe for $5 or for free with the Twitch Prime. Here it is, and then we're gonna go back to the Mac attack for a little bit while I go pee.
Thank you, Mr. President. My name is Pedro Rojas. I'm with Univision.
No, it's all good.
This is actually my first press
Biden's
conference.
gotta turn it up on this press
You guys want to drink, by the way?
Awesome.
Water.
Awesome. I got a couple of questions for you. Number one, you said that you want to convey your message by getting out there in the country. I wonder if you're planning on traveling also to South America and other countries in the Western Hemisphere.
Okay. No, sometimes
that China has
feeling
gained
aggressive.
a lot of
Yeah, that's what I mean.
attention.
Sure, but he's not some
And
like,
the second question
got
is,
it, I don't know about got it.
what will be your message for
I don't think he
residents
is
in this country that are struggling every time they go to the gas station, every time they go to the grocery store and see the prices going high, and the pharmacy? I happen to come from South Texas, where I saw a lot of people struggling financially in the last few months, and so I think I wonder what is the message you want to spread to them.
Well, I try to express that
want to do with the Democrats' last moderate
today
option.
about how to deal with inflation.
Right, to take the white.
But
That's why
let me
he's in there.
answer the first question.
True,
I spent a lot of time in South America. And in Latin America.
What was
when
his
I
campaign
was
really about? His
vice
campaign's
president,
really about, you're not
I
going to have to
spent
watch
the bulk of my years basically in
and
Europe and
CNN viewership down 90%.
Latin America. I'm in contact with the countries in South America. We're
He's doing what he said he would do. Like, no one
making
gives
sure
shit.
that we do
Like, you're
everything,
not,
for example,
we're getting fucked.
to deal with.
Do you feel like we're getting fucked? Do you feel like you're getting fucked by like the world? But I know I'm like blessed.
To be able to help them
I know
with their
I'm
ability
blessed and I
to
live a
deal
blessed
with
life, so there's that.
people
But
don't
yeah, I
sit
think
around and
middle Americans are getting fucked.
Guatemalans, I got a
They're
great
always
idea.
getting
Let's
fucked.
stop everything we have.
Yeah, so
to
let's fix it. But like Trump, under
take us
Trump.
across
Wait, can we do an Instagram story? Do we have to start
dangerous
again?
trip up
What? An
through Central
Instagram
America,
story
up through
or a
Mexico,
TikTok?
Drop us.
What do you want to
stick us
do?
across the border,
I mean, you can
drop
do an
us in the
Instagram
desert.
story.
Won't that be fun? People leave because they have real problems.
We'll do it.
One of the things I've done when I was a vice
Oh, no, I
president,
stream all day,
got
so
support with, although I don't have much
I'll be-
Republican support anymore.
I'll be
to
live
provide
until like 7. You don't have to be here the
billions of
entire
dollars
day.
to
You can
say
leave
to
whenever you
those
want.
countries,
Okay, we'll do it in
why
a
are
little,
people
then we'll do a
leaving,
picture.
and how
Okay.
are you going to reform your own system? And that's we've worked on a
The
long
fuck is
time.
chat spamming right now?
Still
Why are you guys
needs a lot
spamming some
more
fucking
work.
weird shit?
And
Stop.
focus
What
on
is
it.
this?
I also
It's
Maybe
I've spent a lot of time.
They
talking
took a
about
copy
it.
pasta that someone wrote for MasterChef because we were watching MasterChef season. They took a copy pasta that someone wrote for MasterChef. There was a contestant named Cutter, and they changed it to Christian. So they're saying maybe it's just me, but I love Christian. When he says his take, he honestly believes it's the best take in the world. Hell, Christian would say it. He's shining a light on a truth that many too often obfuscate. Takes are subjective. Who's anyone to say that Christian's opinion isn't valid? What Christian is doing is reminding us of a dream we forgot. That in this world, anyone can be anything. Christian is the goddamn American dream. So they took it. That was for Cutter, who's like a Texan man.
What filter do you have? Right, we look like fire.
No filter. It's just straight Logitech Brio and
That's
the lighting.
like 720. Or is that 1080? That's 1080.
Yeah, no,
Right?
it's a 1080p. Yeah. It's a 4K camera technically, but it's not actually 4K. It just only shoots in 1080p.
I need to get a better one. Everyone's always like saying my camera quality is shit. The few times I stream, I'm gonna get that one.
Too poor for 4K. It doesn't matter, chatters. Next week we're gonna have a new studio, so they're building it this upcoming week in here.
Are you gonna get like? When I get like, if I move, I want to get like soundproofing and all my shit.
Yeah, I don't care about that. I don't care about that much. Like, especially because I have like the moving doors here.
Yeah,
like that would be a bitch to soundproof. Yeah, DSLR incoming. Yes, there's gonna be a DSLR finally. Okay. What? Ask Felix about this?
Oh yeah.
What the fuck is this?
Oh yeah, this is from like 2017. I got yelled at.
Oh my god, I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
We're not looking at
It's
this,
like
dude.
2017.
It's
I was
fucking
a baby
cringe
boy.
shit. Ugh.
It's a baby boy.
Yeah, no, that's terrible. I did run the ad break, chatter. You're wrong. Okay, so what's your skincare routine? Let's talk about the real shit that people care about.
Okay, so skincare, everyone. I use First Aid Beauty cleanser. And then after that, I rub my face with Fresh Rose Toner. And then I use First Aid Beauty Eye Cream First Aid Beauty Moisturizer. And that's honestly it. I do it twice a day.
Okay, cool. All right. I don't know what any of that means, but that's cool.
You don't have a skincare routine, Hasan?
No.
You look like you do.
I used to use body wash on my face until
You're such a man.
One of my exes said that that's like not good for you, and she had a really expensive, I think it's Aesop. She had like a really expensive like face cleanser thing, so I bought that. So now I use some Aesop thing.
Oh, got it.
And I just use that now for my face. And that's different from what I use for my body, but that's it. Get some Kiehl's? No, that still sucks. Like, I used to use that at Equinox when I used to go, and it wasn't good.
You were an Equinox, bro?
I used to work out at Equinox. Now I just train with a trainer.
Oh, when you were doing your
my Instagram thirst trap? Yeah.
Yes.
You still work out at Equinox?
Yeah, when I'm in New York, yeah.
Oh, cool.
I love it. I love it. I mean, it's like people were all mad at it because it was like the CEO was a Trump guy, but it's like it's the most expensive gym.
It's the most
like what do you think that
they're
guy's
woke
like?
As fuck. They are
also every CEO is a Trump guy.
Exactly.
What CEO isn't a fucking Trump guy?
Wise.
It's like everyone does a thing that's bad. That's like one of my things.
Yeah.
It's hard to get an Olympic platform in New York. Mm-hmm. It's hard to like get like the wooden platform where you can drop them from above your head. They're the only place that has it.
Got it.
That's why I did it.
Fire.
Yeah. Okay, let's rate politicians. Let's see.
This is political commentators.
This is the hottest political commentators tier list. I think one of my fans made this because it's like fucking crazy, and you're not gonna know most of these people.
Media personalities, bro.
Yeah, these are like not great. You know what I mean? Like you probably not gonna know any of these people. This is like extremely online shit.
All right, everyone I know we gotta put him on S.
Okay. Your uncle came after me, by the way, and he was
for what?
My fun gas price video. He was so serious about it.
Wait, what did he say?
What did he say? So hurt. Oh, this little bitch. Privileged and this, that. Fucking gas is up. Give it a break. Gosh.
Yeah, well, you know, like we quite literally voted for that, right? It was a ballot measure.
Yes, I know.
So okay, so like Democrats did actually vote for the gas prices to be higher, so we could get better roads and shit.
And are the roads better?
Somewhat,
no.
But no, you're right. I don't think they are overall. Right. Oh wait, what do you think about California homelessness?
Fuck it. Gosh.
What's your take on how do you think we should be dealing with a homelessness crisis?
I think leaving them in tents on the street or is not the way.
Yeah, we're in agreement there. But like, what do you think is the alternative solution?
I don't know. Put them in a homeless shelter.
Well, homeless shelters suck. That we already have shelters, but they're dog shit for the most part.
I mean,
But would you be opposed? Would you be opposed to
housing and all this bullshit?
Mm-hmm.
No.
So you're not opposed to housing?
Well, because we're building housing right now, and I actually had a friend who, I don't know if he's an architect or what, but he gave me the number on how much it is per unit, and it's more than some low-wage working-class Americans' units are. So no, I don't know what the solution is.
Wait, but
building.
But part of the reason
housing,
why they become homeless is quite literally that. What you're talking about is that like it's really, really unaffordable to have a house if you are a working-class individual.
We're not free housing. No, then let's leave them on the streets.
You're not.
And you are no. No.
Not that. That's bullshit.
No, I'm not.
Way.
No, but don't even. We're not going down that route.
Wait, why not?
For sure.
Why not? You don't
because it's not. It won't just be homeless. That's not what you're proposing. You're about to go into free universal housing or something.
Yeah. Why not? Why not?
No.
Why not?
Why not?
No, I don't want.
But like, explain. You obviously have a point of view, but like, why?
Well, I mean, for a lot of the homeless we have in LA, I don't find this in other cities. It's more of a drug issue, more of a mental health issue, more of a different type of issue, and I don't.
That's because you're seeing like the final tier of homelessness. Most homeless people, 41% plus, I believe, depending on what study you're looking at, still have a job. But you don't see them as homeless. They're invisibly homeless, right? So they have insecure housing. Either they live on people's couches or they're couch surfing, or they live out of their cars and parking lots. And that's like the first tier of homelessness. And that the majority of, or if not every single homeless person's starting point is because they've been priced out of the housing market, because rent keeps going up regardless of whether wages are going up or not. Rent keeps going up. Landlords are fucking pieces of shit. They keep raising the rents. Homeless people or people no longer can afford rent, so they start living out of their cars and whatnot. Now that is insecure housing. That's really a traumatic experience overall. I'm sure you've never had to experience something like that, where you're like, I don't know if I'll be able to fucking sleep with a shelter over my head, with a roof over my head tonight. It makes it harder.
Maybe
makes it harder for people to shower and all this like basic stuff that we take for granted. And that's a really traumatizing experience. Then you usually lose your job because you can't deal with like fucking being houseless and insecure, and also keep up a job at the same time. So then you move on to the second tier, where like you become a homeless person that like loses their car because they can't make the payments or whatever. And then you're living on the street. And that's when you start self-medicating by trying to fucking escape and, deal with the trauma by doing drugs and a fuckload of other shit. And that's when you start doing the hard drugs.
You don't think some people become homeless because they're addicts and that fucks the rest of their life out?
Well, that's what people think is happening. But if you look at the actual studies, no. The real reason is because people are priced out of their housing market.
Just anecdotally, I've known a lot of pillheads in my life. All of them had houses. All of them lived in a place. But if you make someone... Even make them do it like a fucking year. Like a year of like living on the fucking street, like in and out of shelters, because like, yeah, they're unreliable, they're shitty, they're unfortunately like privately funded, and like most private charity is like of varying dependability. But like you make someone live outside where they're always looking over their fucking shoulder and always like making sure that no one's gonna call the cops on them, always making sure that like they're not noticed, but just trying to get enough to eat, trying to find a place to like wipe their ass, all these degrading things that like it wouldn't drive anyone crazy like a little bit,
Maybe so for this proposed homelessness initiative of giving out free housing, do you have to pass a drug test in order to live there?
No, absolutely not. No, why? Who cares? Everybody,
can you just be there for free
forever? Here's the thing. You're drug free, right? But that is not the commonplace. That's not common for like 90% of Americans. Like the only difference between the fucking person who's like who's living on the streets and like is addicted to heroin or whatever, and every fucking wine mom that watches MSNBC or Fox News, depending on what they believe in, that is like barred the fuck out in order to like forget how miserable their fucking existence is the fact that one has access to shelter and the other doesn't.
I don't meet these moms.
So I don't want to.
I don't.
You live in California. You fucking do.
You've met some Klonopin zombies and not realized it.
Yeah, 1,000%, dude. Are you kidding me? The 1,000-yard stare from like every mom that you've ever met at a function is barred the fuck out. Okay, straight up. So the point is like that. It doesn't matter. A housing first policy is actually quite successful in rehabilitating people because you're eliminating one of the largest insecurities that people have that makes it almost impossible for them to even try to go down the path of rehabilitation. So once you address that major need, right? Once you address that major need, all of a sudden they actually can go down the pathway of rehab and creating better and becoming productive workers again, if that's what people care about. You know what I mean? Anyway, so yeah. That's precisely why I believe in a housing first policy. And countries that do that are very successful. I mean, Red Vienna. Have you ever been to Austria?
I've never been, no.
So Vienna has 65% of Vienna housing is public housing that the government built.
Yeah, I don't want to live in Vienna.
No, it's beautiful though.
Vienna's awesome.
Yeah, it's fucking incredible. It's one of the nicest, fucking cities. I would love to live there.
Like, even just like you don't even have to like Park City, Utah, right? They made like government housing for homeless people, and it was an enormously successful policy. And like, if fiscal conservatism, if that's like your only angle, like I don't have to really give a shit about it, but like if you do. It ended up costing them a lot less money than just the current system of like, all right, we have the cops clear people out and we play whack-a-mole here. It was broadly successful. I don't know. Everyone should be in favor of it.
Yeah.
Salt Lake City too. I thought just Park City, Utah.
This is their public housing. Dude. It's fucking sick. It's so sick. Their affordable housing is like 65% of Vienna's housing units that are available are quite literally built by the government. They're super cheap. They're super affordable for people, and people want to live in those spaces. Like these are spaces that foster communities. These are spaces that have like fucking pools and gyms and shit like that. So you get like you actually are coexisting with other people. It's a wonderful system. That's I think it's brilliant. I wish we could have shit like this.
And like honestly, like we should want all people to feel the maximum amount of dignity and togetherness that is possible.
Yeah, I mean,
this is it. This is it, man.
That?
Yeah. So that the official government line isn't just like, all right, well, if you fuck up, you're gonna sleep outside.
And the worst part about it is like we have enough money to do this shit. That's the worst fucking part about it is that like the only reason why we don't do this shit is so that both liberal and Republican fucking rich like homeowners can continue using their fucking homes as an investment vehicle. And I say this as someone who's fucking living in a very nice house that I bought that I do not care for as an investment opportunity, but instead like shelter for me and my family. You know what I mean? I think it's really fucking stupid that we have to treat homeownership like an investment vehicle, and that's precisely why we can't ever do anything like public housing, because God forbid we have affordable housing units available to people, then everyone's home prices are going to go down, and oh no, we can't have that. We can't have that happen because no one wants to fucking live in their house for 30 years. Everyone wants to, move out and like move on to bigger and better things.
That's what's fun about our country.
But
it's not fun for that many people anymore. We have less social mobility than Europe.
Yeah, it has decreased a lot.
Yeah, I mean, Europe's beating us in that. The place like we're more.
Can you imagine getting cucked by those freaking Europeans, dude?
To Europeans?
Bullshit, dude.
They only just got rid of their monarchs. Some haven't even done it yet.
Yeah. I mean, like England still has the fucking queen, you know what I mean?
That's why
I know, fuck that. I can't imagine.
No. That's why I want to nationalize our healthcare. They get to have that one over us. Fuck that.
Like, look, one of my moderators is quite literally Belgian, okay? Doesn't even have a government, and he's saying, get fucked right now. You want to get owned by Belgians? Like, not even a real country, and is able to make fun of Americans on that front. Last time you had Felix on, y'all said there's no difference between Austria and Germany, and now you hype up Vienna. What the fuck? Oh my god.
There's no difference.
There's no difference.
Yeah,
it's the same okay? It's the same place.
Same shit.
You're the same people. Straight up.
No one can make an argument for why they're not the same.
Ridiculous. Yeah. Just merge it into one country.
Yeah. They should just all be states. Like fuck it.
Yeah. Germany should annex Austria.
I mean, everyone just gets mad at that idea because of the last guy who did it. What if a man who was nice did it?
Yeah, exactly.
What if the Hitler of being nice did it?
Yeah. He was the Hitler of being nice.
Yeah, if the Hitler of being nice did that,
yeah,
everyone chew on that idea.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway. He's not